Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to Second Wind's Persona 3 Reload launch day stream. My name is Marty Sleva. I'm honored to be joined by my number one confidant, Jesse Galena. Jesse, welcome. I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% sure our volumes are going to be good, but we can find out. Welcome, Jesse.
Thank you. Well, whether they can hear me or not, yay. Oh, I'm muted. I'm straight muted.
You're straight muted?
That's what Lampy says.
You shouldn't be. Well, Jesse didn't say anything, Lampy.
Oh, Lampy
Jesse just wasn't speaking. Jesse was just letting me intro, which was very kind of Jesse.
I was so blown away by being your number one confidant. I was speechless.
It's incredible. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Persona 3 Reload has launched today, one of the many big games launching in a few week span. So we're here to play the first 2 hours or so. I've put about 25 hours into the game. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to play the first maybe 90 minutes or so, and then I'll jump into a save file a little bit longer, further in the game. Not like crazy far, not spoilery, but just to show you some of the dungeon stuff and, that kind of stuff. So yeah, let us know if we sound good. Let us know how the game sounds. As you guys know, I'm not 100% used to doing multi-human streams, but we're getting used to it. It's fine. No one's crying. Someone might be crying. You know who's crying?
Yeah.
The groundhogs, because it's Groundhog's Day.
Why would they be crying?
I don't know, because they're seeing their shadows or not seeing their shadows. All sorts of shadow nonsense. Perfect. And of course, everyone, thank you so much to members on YouTube. We see you guys, so many regulars out there on Twitch. Anyone who supports us on Patreon, and all those donations right now, we're going towards that goal of making Yahtzee leave his house and do strange things at GDC 2024, which is coming up real soon, because in like a month, you guys are going to be filming Adventurous Night, like barely over a month, right?
Yeah.
Whew.
Heck yeah, we'll be filming Adventurous Night, Season 4.
That's coming up soon. No pressure, Jack and Omar. No pressure on getting that all whipped up before then.
It's very soon. We have like literally about a month before we shoot.
Oh my god. Wait, so soon? Downloadable content's been detected. I got some downloadable outfits. We can dress up as characters from other video games.
Oh my gosh. That's my favorite thing to do in a video game is to look like a character from another video game.
Is to pretend it's Halloween in another video game.
Mm-hmm.
And right off the bat, Quintuple, great to see you over in YouTube with the $2 dono. The Andrew Hickenbottom approved volume levels. You know what? That's all that matters to us. If it's good enough for Andrew, it's good enough for us.
Yep. And Lampy with 150 biddies over on Twitch says, "Get a load of this, Persona."
Do you know what "Get a load of this" is?
No.
There's a boss fight against Dr. Robotnik in Sonic Adventure, and every time he hits you, he says, "Get a load of this." And he hits you several times in that boss fight. And so you get a load of it many times.
You get so many loads.
It is wild. I think it might have been the most loads in Dreamcast history.
Obviously it wasn't enough because it failed, so they needed to offload more loads.
It is, but I talked about this last night, and we were just talking about how we are finally being paid, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
So thanks so much to all of your patronage and your support. And everyone, I was asking people, like, what are you spending first paychecks on? And Casey's like, I'm putting it all towards the wedding. Nick is like, I got to fix my fence because the dogs keep going hog wild, and I am just buying a bunch of Dreamcast games. So I'm supporting Sega and keeping the dream alive 25 years too late.
I can let me see if I can show it on the subject of buying things for the first time or for first paychecks. Hang on. If I can get it in camera view. Sauropod shaped pancake.
Incredible.
Mold.
Absolutely incredible.
My partner just picked that up while she was out today. So really it's what she's buying with the first paycheck, but it's honestly what I also would have bought with my first paycheck. So very exciting.
Jesse, what is I know your history in Persona from occasionally joining us for our all-day Persona nonsense extravaganzas. Yeah. Is that the extent of your history with Persona?
Pretty much. I had a friend and roommate who was playing through Persona 4, so I got to kind of check out a little bit of it through that.
Secondhand,
and it was it seemed really interesting. He was also watching the anime, so I got to see some clips of that.
The animes are fun.
Seemed fun.
Yeah.
And also the anime, I think, the representation of the player character is a silent protagonist in the group of main characters.
Yeah.
I think that's the anime with it.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
there's,
because
like,
usually
one
the
person who
character
doesn't
isn't
speak
like,
that's, like,
wildly
you.
voiced. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's one person who doesn't talk, and like I thought that was a really funny concept. But yeah, that's like that's it. Like I haven't played them. They seem cool. They also seem like a real time commitment.
They
and
are.
That's a tall order.
This is the shortest of the bunch, and it's probably about 70 hours.
Wow.
So yeah, this one's a little bit darker than I would say 4 and 5. Whereas 4 kind of has a Scooby-Doo vibe, and 5 is kind of almost like cool urban Tokyo counterculture. This very much has to deal with identity and suicide, and as you just see right off the bat, it's very much just like, oh, it's midnight and I'm still running around, but why are there coffins everywhere with blood? That's not good.
Ian Rupert says, as someone who is feeling Persona curious, which one should I start with? Because you have a vast history of Persona.
I do. I started with 5 and then worked my way backwards, and I feel like that's still what I would recommend. Although this also is not a bad place to start if you kind of like. It depends. What is? It's just honestly, it depends what you're in the mood for. Are you in the mood for sort of sad goth emo boys? This is the My Chemical Romance of Persona games. Persona 4 is the Scooby-Doo of Persona games, and Persona 5 is I don't even know Paramore.
It's a good band.
I don't know why I did a band and then I did the cartoon dog and then I did another band. It feels like I should have just stuck with bands.
It's a band sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the what is it, the criticism compliment sandwich
exactly.
or whatever, where it's like you say something good and then you say a criticism and then you say something good.
Band, cartoon dog, band. So one thing nice is Persona 3 Reload kind of brings all the bells and whistles and mechanical enhancements that were made in 4 and 5 to I don't know what I'm just gonna name my name to this game, and so this game plays extremely well. And there's a lot of quality of life changes, and I think this is easily the most playable version of 3 in that it feels like it has the most modern systems. It feels like it moves at the quickest pace. It doesn't. It kind of gets rid of a lot of like dangling, annoying things in previous versions of the game. Like, so this is the 4th version of Persona 3, which is confusing. But in a few of the versions, you could not control your other party members in battle. So you could kind of give them like rough guidance, like, hey, maybe you should think about healing, or like maybe you could be aggressive. But they would ultimately, it would be like, oh, the enemy has 1 hit point left, and they would use like a debuff spell. I'm like, well, why didn't you just hit him? You could have just ended this battle. And so you have full control over your party. It sort of adopts like a really a fast travel system, allows you to zoot scoot around the city really easily. Fully voiced cutscenes, fully explorable locations, which in the PSP version, they kind of pared it down to almost like a graphic novel kind of thing. Not graphic novel, visual novel, where outside of the dungeons, everything was kind of just like you would see a map of the place and you would choose where to go. Like you weren't exploring 3D environments. So this kind of melds them all and is sort of the best of all worlds. Game's a little lower. I can raise the game up a little bit. Chat, let me know how it is.
Okay, that's good to know, because Mousecatcher was just asking, is this like the most approachable?
I would say so,
like,
yeah.
Does it make it feel modern? And that makes it, it does sound like it feels modern. Also, Lampy with 101 biddies says, Jesse, whenever someone does the thing where they summon their persona, I need you to say Waka Waka, as Marty doesn't have his sound alerts off.
So, do you know how characters, do you know what a persona is?
Some sort of manifestation of, I don't know of what, like of a personality, of an emotion, of like what is a persona, a manifestation.
Yeah, it's like a Pokemon, but instead of being like a turtle that shoots water, it's like the personification of your inner self, your true self. But
There's like a bunch of different personas.
yeah, so each outside of the main character, each character has their own bespoke one, and then the main character is called the wild card and is able to have any of them.
So your persona, you're stuck with that. So if your persona is the dick on a chariot, like that's just your persona, unless you're the main character.
Unless you're the main character. Yeah, luckily none of the other party members have dick on a chariot as their persona.
Here's your room.
But so in like Persona 5, because the whole thing is kind of based on masks and stuff, they summon a persona by ripping their mask off, and that's like showing their true self. In this, they hold a gun to their head and pull the trigger, and then a persona kind of comes out of that act. So it is kind of like this is like a little NSFW, little trigger warnings before there, I would say. Like there is before you load the game up, there is a warning that the game deals with topics of like self-harm and suicide and things like that. So I don't think it doesn't handle them in bad. I think it handles them in good ways, but it is kind of like, oh, that's like a little more intense than you would think from a right off the bat from a kind of weeby game.
Was everything okay?
Yeah, that's pretty serious. I was about to ask why shooting themselves in the head would release their persona, and then I in chat just said they show their true selves when facing death.
Yeah,
which that seems pretty accurate. Like,
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
Questions, but let's save them for later.
A little bit like
you
ego
can't-
death kind of thing as well.
Like in the face of it, you gotta show your true self.
Yeah. This is my dorm room. This game this is set
in your
when the
college?
game was originally made, so that's why we have a big old chunky TV.
Even though it's still widescreen aspect.
Was the TV widescreen? Maybe it's
It
like
looked
just late
wider.
enough to be chunky widescreen.
I mean, those did exist. They had CRT widescreens. They weren't super common. I remember some friends that had some.
I had a friend whose mom worked at Circuit City and was able to get like crazy discounts on things. Circuit City was I don't know if everyone had Circuit City. It was just like a Best Buy. But his mom was able to get discounts on things. And I remember them bringing home like the largest TV in human history, and it must have been like 10,000 pounds. And it was also one of those things where unless you were directly facing it, it was impossible to see. So if you were at like any slight angle in the living room, it was just impossible to see what was going on the TV.
Yeah.
I need to.
Yeah, those viewing angles used to be real bad on those.
Good morning. Did you
Also, Lampy with their 100 biddies, it says, you show your true self when facing death. You remove your mask to show your true self. And is this your card?
Yeah, that's Persona 4 is weird because where it's like 5 and 3 have very
this is how we'll be getting to school every
like
day.
metaphorical
It's
things that they are
tomorrow.
doing.
Pretty cool,
In
huh?
3, they just kind of like hold up a playing, or in 4, they kind of like hold up a playing card and it looks like a magician going like, "Is this your card?" And then they just become that.
I'm assuming it's supposed to be like tarot deck related.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Because there is these games deal with the tarot cards and like each of the main characters kind of is associated with a different tarot, and you sort of level up the different social links based on the tarots, like the Hangman and the Moon. The big two, the Hangman and the Moon. Everyone loves a nice moon.
Morning.
That 6 of spoons or whatever. Your guys' favorite.
Well, here we go.
Kura
Allow me to
is
welcome you to Gecko High
Azuryu.
School.
Great name.
I hope you like
50 keys with some slashes through it. I don't know what that is. It says it's actually set in 2009. P3 was released in 06.
Oh, so it's the future.
Wow, the future of 2009. Also, chunky TV is still pretty common.
Yeah, I didn't get a non-chunky TV until.
Any questions?
No, I actually got one in 2009. I got in 2008. I got my first non-chunkies.
Oh wow. At SVS Guru 2000 with €5 and says, if this was set in America, the game would have been over quickly. You'd be using real guns and forget to unload them. Yeah, that's probably true.
That's a little sad but true.
Okay, see you.
Unfortunately, because this game needs to slow down. The pacing is too fast for the Persona I know. This game does. Persona 4 and 5 take a quite a while to get to where they're going, whereas in this we'll be dungeon hopping in no time. I wanted to change one thing to make system options. options.
Oh, I like this menu system. Is this a
Yeah.
redone menu system? or
Yeah,
is
so
this
this feels more like the style of, like, you've seen 5, like, seems more like the style of 5.
Yeah.
But it has this underwater sort of drowning motif and everything. It's cool. I like it. I was really impressed. It took me a while because I'm like, oh, it just looks kind of like Unreal Engine-y. And not necessarily in a bad way, but just like, I was just not used to it for this game. And so it took me a while to get used to, but I quickly did, and I really enjoyed it.
I really like the graphics. Like, they have very smooth, not low poly because that's like PS1, but like compared to other things of like the modern time, this looks like it has a little less angles to it.
Yeah.
But like it fits a like
Wow,
actual
you've lived in a lot of
anime
different places.
like
Let's see.
visual
Years
animation
ago.
style.
I completely agree, and they added obviously all these like
I'm
really
sorry.
detailed character portraits and
I've been so
everything
busy,
during
I didn't have time
conversations.
to
Like
read
all
this
the major
beforehand.
conversations are
I'm
voiced.
Victoria.
So
IT
this isn't just like a slap together
Welcome
kind of
to our
thing. Like
school.
they put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, it looks really good. And I'm sure if they would be
Have you
very
seen
clear
the
if you
classroom
compared it to the
assignments?
original.
You're in
Sure,
It'd be like-
yeah.
That's my class.
Like some
But
clear
first, we need
upgrades
to go to
because
the
that's
auditorium.
the thing that gets me with the
Welcoming ceremony will be starting soon.
remasters like
Mm-hmm.
this, where
I'll
it's
show you
like,
the way.
does this really? I remember it looking this good, and then I'll go back to the original and be like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did so much work.
Yeah, yeah. And the original, like, the original game was PS2. The FES version, which was almost like its Game of the Year / Golden / Royal version, was also PS2. And then Persona 3 Portable was PSP. So like, this game has never been on sort of fancy hardware until now. I mean, it's been like the ports have been on, but it was never made for fancy hardware.
Right? I saw you two walking together. You must be pretty close, huh? What's the
Since
deal between you and her?
over on
Oh.
YouTube we got
And,
John
does she have a
Brookies.
boyfriend?
It's probably just Brooks, but there's an
Nobody
E at
seems
the
to know.
end.
Thank you,
so
John
I wanna
Brookies.
pronounce it. Who has a little Phoenix next to their name? Gives
I mean, why
20
wouldn't she, right?
pounds. I think that's pounds. It says
How
congrats
close
on making
are you
it to
guys?
payday. Thank you very much. It's awesome. Guys and gals of Second Wind,
Sounds like it's
have
coming
some
from his
extra
Tony
get
Hawk's class.
Yahtzee to GDC.
Oh,
Hey.
lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
An 80s jacket with $5 says, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this the way I remember from 2007, 480p, 30 FPS, and wondering when I get the Chocobo mount.
Exactly.
Chocobo mount?
I don't want to spoil it. You do not get a chocobo bomb in this game.
Oh no!
If only.
Come on. Let me introduce myself at least.
480p.
Call me
What a
Jim.
time to be
You're gonna
alive.
you're gonna be wondering about that Chocobo mount for a long time then.
I transferred here when I was a second year in middle school. Pretty tough.
Yeah,
being a
for
little
oh my
kid
gosh.
first, you know?
That's
So, I just
that's
wanted
another
to
one of those
say,
things where it's like,
hey,
oh, this looked fine, and then like if I
bag.
try to watch a YouTube video and it's like this only goes to 480p because it's from like 10, 13 years ago, and I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, oh, where's
Didn't think we'd be in the
like
same
why is this
class
made
again.
of 6 pixels?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Here you go,
it
son.
is.
Yeah, there's an era
It's
that's
hard to
kind
go
of
back.
tough to like go back. I feel like a lot of the like the Super Nintendo era is very easy to go back to and look at and be like, oh, this holds up visually. But then some of that early 3D stuff can be like, ooh, it was
Anyway,
realistic for the time, but
Thought we'd be
yikes,
in the same home.
did
Yeah.
not.
Well, like-
did not age super well.
Which I find fascinating,
Funny, huh?
because one of the reasons it looks like it ages so poorly. I need to find this video so I can link it. But it's like games were designed for the missing areas of a scanline TV.
Oh,
So-
What are you
interesting.
talking about?
So they were actually
live in the
built to
same
have
dorm.
missing pieces
Mm-hmm.
so that when like the scan line would come, it would kind of like blur it together and make it look smoother and better. And then when you get into like true HD, there's no missing parts. You have these extremely harsh lines that you didn't have before.
Gotcha. Oh, that's an
like-
interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, it'd be like removing smear frames from an
Yeah,
animation.
yeah.
Like, you'd just be like,
Tell me you
"Is
forgot
everything
already.
so weirdly specific?"
Seriously.
Yeah.
Don't say anything about last night, okay?
So, so I find that really fascinating about like that era.
I feel like that would make
What?
sense.
Last night?
Also, Snake in the Garden with €2. Oh,
Wait a minute,
I
don't
love
get
this
the wrong
little
idea.
Phoenix bird thing.
Yeah, it's
that we
great,
got.
right?
Listen, I just met him yesterday,
Persona 3's
and
most
there's
annoying
absolutely
character?
nothing between us.
Junpei for me.
Oh no, Junpei is our best boy. That's who's next to us right now. That's kind of your Persona 3, 4, and 5 all sort of have a I don't know. I'm trying to like think of like a nice way.
No one takes rumors seriously anyway.
A nice way to describe a dipshit. Like your best friend is a dipshit, but like
Lovable
a lovable dipshit. Yeah. I mean that in a nice way. Some of my closest friends are dipshits.
Is he a dipshit or is he a himbo? I don't know.
He's not a himbo. There are himbos in this game. He's not one of the
okay.
himbos, I would say.
My partner has turned me on to figuring out what a himbo is, and now it's like, oh yeah, they're amazing. I love a himbo.
Beautiful. The era of the himbo.
There's a video I've watched too many times. It's just like a minute long parody of I Need a Hero. That's just I Need a Himbo.
I need a himbo.
It's really funny. It gets me. Also, Lampy with 200 biddies. It says, how many amiibo did you order with your first paycheck, Marty?
You know what? I'm going to tell you none, because I didn't order any. I have several coming in the next week or two because they're being released, but I ordered them earlier. I pre-ordered them in December. I have Sora from Kingdom Hearts, I have Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie, and I have Joker from Persona, and those are 3 characters I love. So
nice. Also, all in Smash.
Yeah.
Is that what the...
yeah, Amiibo.
exactly.
Every Smash character gets released in Amiibo, and so and there's also obviously some non-Smash characters.
Oh, I missed. Apparently, I missed a biddy thing. Hang on.
Bitties.
See you tomorrow.
I wish freaking the Twitch would give me like a
Or highlight them more, or a way to just see. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, where it's like if I scroll up on YouTube, it's like a clear. This has a different background color, so it's easy to go back up and find. But Twitch is like, oh yeah, there's a little animation.
Yeah, that is all.
All right, I found it.
Beautiful.
It's 100 shamrocks. That's also why I couldn't find it. It says Marty, edge.
I like how I just need to describe all these weird things from games. In Catherine, the game Catherine, which is a puzzle game where you have infidelity nightmares, where you are ascending a tower of blocks while nude. If you are sort of scurrying on the edge of one, a voice says edge. So that is edge.
That's very funny.
That is edge. A couple people were asking what we're playing on. We're playing on the Xbox version. It is available on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, if you download the game, it's also available on PlayStation, and it is available on PC, personal computers.
Oh my gosh, my own personal computer.
Your own personal computer.
I'm trying to figure out how to go into mod chat. They changed it
In Twitch or in YubTub?
in Twitch.
Seen the newspapers lately?
Because apparently there is you could see biddies and stuff better in mod chat, but like, boy howdy, did I not find how to get that. So while that's, I'll look for that later. Let me go back over to YubTub for the things that I could easily find, which is SVS Guru and
Yeah, right.
€5. It says the designated delinquent characters are always the most annoying.
Aww.
Who's the delinquent character in this one? Is it the same dipshit or is it a different one?
Yeah, the dipshit's kind of like the slacker and everything, so I would say he's the most delinquent. This one, Akihiko, the character we're meeting, he's the one I would say is sort of a himbo. He's like a semi-famous amateur boxer who all the girls fawn over, but he doesn't care because he just loves fighting. He doesn't got time for kissing.
The only contact he's going to be making with lips are with these fists.
Oh, zing!
Have you heard?
And Lord Farquaad, or Fark?
I thought you said
Farquaad?
Lord Farquaad, and I was like, from Shrek?
I did say Lord Farquaad. It's actually Lauren Fark, but like my brain auto-filled that incorrectly. It says, "Good grief, this looks and sounds amazing."
Yeah, they put the time in. The people were a little worried because they kind of redid the soundtrack. It has a beloved soundtrack. They redid it. I, for one, love the new remixes. I do wish there was a way to toggle back and forth and maybe like toggle the old songs, like some of the old versions of the battle songs and stuff. But honestly, I've loved these new songs. I think it's great. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, good job. We know you're watching.
Yeah. We know the developers are watching. Thank you, Atlas. Well done.
Lampy with 100 biddies. It says, Marty and Jesse, Catherine or Kawatharin?
Oh, so Catherine and Catherine with a Q, which is the other
Okay.
Catherine they added into the game.
Are there?
In
There's
the game,
3 Catherines
in the
that
game, Catherine. There are 3. I don't even know what the question they asked me. There are 3 different Catherines, and oh my god, I got it right. You have to sort of aim for which one you like the best. I liked Catherine with a Q, but it's very hard to end up with her as your wife. You have to be very specific in the choices you make, and I was not very specific, so I believe I ended up with Catherine with a C.
Where do I find which Catherine is? I haven't played Catherine, so I don't know.
Maybe just like Catherine game. Catherine. I don't know.
Catherine game Catherine.
Catherine game. It's a Catherine game sandwich, much like the band Scooby Doo band sandwich.
Let's see. So I'll try and answer that for you in a moment, Lampy, because I don't know who any of these people are because I haven't played it. But Oitris over on Twitch just gave out 10 subs.
Oh my!
Thank you,
Lord. Thank you so much.
That's a
Oitris.
bunch of subs. Thanks. Karu Aristu, also another 125 P's with a bunch of redacted lines in it, and says biggest whiplash so far for me is that some songs have different lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, like how the dorm theme isn't dance, gonna put you in a trance anymore.
See that's weird because that's the song that's playing right now, and the lyrics were "dance, gonna put you in a trance." You gotta work that body, work that body. It's such a good song. The songs in this game are so good.
That sounds like a good song. Denmark with $2 and says, you know who else is watching?
Is it Denmark? Denmark is the world's #1 Persona 3 fan, and so is entering today very skeptical. With an open mind, but skeptical.
Oh, that like this version isn't the best version?
Yeah, because he was going in very worried about some of the changes. Instead, I've actually found a couple good things to say about it, and a couple more less than positive things to say.
Hey, as a big Silent Hill 2 fan, I understand your feelings.
Feel that pain. Denmark and I realized we like Persona for slightly different reasons. I like it for the nice vibes of hanging out with the pals after school, and Denmark wants to get punched in the face with a battle system that will take him to the limit. And I just want to leisurely stroll through the battles while I hang out with my cool friends and my dog. This game has a great. Oh, I had a present that was going to be on the stream. Well, we're going to bring the present now. Everyone, this game has a dog named Koromaru, and Koromaru is joining us for the stream. Koromaru, you are far too big. I thought you were going to be much smaller than that. Koromaru, you were too large. Do what you hear. Well, we need. Okay, I
love it.
We need Koromaru to face us. Transform. Rotate 180 degrees. Nope, that was not the way I wanted you to rotate. You rotated upside down, Koromaru. Transform, flip, horizontal. Okay, Koromaru's there. So you can just hang out there.
Hey.
That is the Persona Q version of Koromaru. So it's kind of like the chibi version of Koromaru. Koromaru is a dog party member you get later on in the game, who's just a party member. He's a dog. He lives in the dorm with you, and he has a knife in his mouth, and he's very cool.
So he's a tiny little thief.
He's absolutely a tiny little thief. Miyazaki played one Persona 3 and is like, this is what I will create. I will add this to my masterpiece.
Hey, Dave. All right, I think there was another thing. Nope, I got that one. Over on YouTube says, OMG, dono for Koromaru.
Isn't he great? He's just a lovely little dog, just hanging out there in the corner.
Back to my room too. Like the chairman said, you should get some rest.
Oh, that's so great.
Schools is a real pain when you're not used to it. Good night.
Okay, so there's Oh, here we are. Catherine. Nope, that's 2. I only see 2 Catherines.
Catherine with a C is blonde, Catherine with a K is brunette, and Catherine with a Q, I believe, has pink hair. But Catherine with a Q was added. They were added to the Catherine kind of like remaster.
He went to bed.
Catherine with a Q was not in the original Catherine.
He's currently fast asleep.
Okay, see, I was curious because I thought it was only 2 Catherines, so that makes sense.
Yeah, the original game only had 2 Catherines.
Why?
The dark hour is
Oh, I found a picture. Well, this is a fan drawing of them, but I pass on all three Catherines. To answer your question, Lampy. Maybe if I knew him better,
Sure.
maybe if I played the game and was like, oh yeah, this Catherine's cool, but I'll just people.
Okay, let's do
Some people in chat were talking about how creepy it was that they were just spying on the main character sleeping with a camera in his room, and I literally got that exact message from Yahtzee when he started playing it. He's like, how far are you? He's like, these creeps are watching me as I sleep. I'm like, okay, not very far then.
The program you just heard.
That's pretty funny.
By Curito Electronics. The time.
So the story of the game is that at midnight there's a secret 25th hour. So the place gets bonus hour, but for most people in the bonus hour they just turn into little coffins, and then when the bonus hour is done, they're no longer coffins. But if you're not coffinized during the bonus hour, you might get killed by a monster.
Oh my
Which
gosh.
is not good. And so
it's safe to be in a coffin.
It's you are safe, but then as you are in a coffin, you start getting this like apathy syndrome disease. And like people more and more town are becoming like apathetic and almost like depressed, and like so again adding into the metaphor. And it's our main characters are able to be awake during the midnight hour, so they have to figure out what the hell's
Dark
going
hour
on.
occurs every day at 12 midnight. You could say it's
Also,
the
Denmark
hidden
with another
hour.
$5.
During this
Thanks so
time,
much. There's
an
a donation for
ordinary person
Karamaru, and
transmogrifies into a coffin
as Marty said,
and
he
is
likes the
oblivious
fun
to all
anime
that
game.
occurs.
I'm looking for a JRPG to injure to injure me physically and mentally.
See, he's retained his human form. He may be asleep, but he's definitely experiencing the dark hour. The only question
That's pretty funny.
is whether or not he has the potential. They'll come to think
That's
of
fair.
it.
That's what I want out of a survival horror game. So I understand.
Yeah, that's what we get.
It's-
in the mouth.
By now.
Yeah, I want. I want to walk away like moving funny after it. Like I want to.
That was Persona. That was not Persona. That was Silent Hill 4.
Yes,
the room
sir.
for me, where I was like, I just feel helpless.
feel kinda
I'm completely
Yeah.
helpless in this game,
Okay.
and I love it, and I keep thinking about it. But I'm like, man, I was not enjoying myself in a very good way.
I got major spoilers for Silent Hill 4, but like how absolutely just flabbergasted creeped were you when you found out that the body of William was in the wall
of your apartment.
And did you ever go in that hallway and look at that wall and be like, this is suspiciously empty?
This looks weirdly yeah. This looks like
Yeah,
this was
and
like
you were
put
like-
here over something else.
Yeah. Like, I bet there's something behind here.
Yeah.
But I played the whole game and there hasn't been. And then
Yeah.
did that like severely traumatize you? As it did me.
It did. That moment was great, and yeah, I love that moment. And I'm bummed I never got to the moment where you see the giant scary head, because I just didn't go in
yeah.
that room. I just completely missed it. I'm like, isn't there supposed to be a giant scary head in this game? Like, I'm nearing the end. I've seen no giant scary heads.
Yeah, it's completely missable. It's a
Yeah.
bonus room. Which I think is wild.
Yeah.
That it's I think you said it where you were like, that's the most iconic thing out of Silent Hill 4.
And I just missed
yeah,
it.
yeah, it's completely
I feel
missable.
like if you use Miss Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
Well.
Just be like, whoop.
full responsibility for the choices you make.
But yeah, that moment, God, it got me so good. That and the room, it was a very easy effect, but like the room where you enter it and there's like a giant door on the other side and you walk to it and it's changing sizes as you walk.
And it's, yeah.
And then there's a part when you revisit it where there's enemies there and like their sizes are all warped, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And that's cool.
It's
yeah.
wild. They do some cool stuff in that game. It's not perfect. There's a lot of like, wow, that really didn't come together like I'm sure they wanted it to. But like the moments that are good are absolute top tier.
Yeah, it's a big swing. And I like it.
Yeah. Which makes me much more forgiving about the stuff that
Yeah,
doesn't
absolutely.
work, because God, it's because the stuff that does is just great.
Absolutely.
Now, moving on.
Also, Silent Hill 3, great game.
All 4 of those first games. Like, real
Yeah,
good.
all
They did,
4 of
man,
them.
4 real good, real different games.
Yeah. Like, absolute bangers. Really nervous about the remake. Also, I want to play A Short Message. It's PS5 only.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I need to find a friend who has a PS5 and go to their house for an afternoon.
I withhold it. I'm streaming it tonight on my personal channel. I'm excited.
Oh, are you
It's
really?
About 90 minutes. Yeah.
What time?
After work, probably around 5:30 or 6.
Okay, I might be able to tune in. I might be playing games, so.
What kind of games? What are you playing now?
What's up?
What kind of games?
How's it
you
going? Want to stop somewhere on the way home?
Well, I sometimes dabble in Dead by Daylight.
DBD?
Yeah, I started playing this at night, and now it's like a little thing I play on the Steam Deck when my partner and I are going to sleep. We've done a couple nights. It's like as we start playing Romancevania.
Oh, that's great.
And so far, I'm really liking it. I played the demo, and it was a little rough, and I know it had a bit of a rough launch, but like it's had plenty of patches and stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, I am all of the gripes I had in my demo play of it have been ironed out.
Oh, that's great.
And like a thing that I loved in the demo was the characters. So I was like, I absolutely want that. I hope they've ironed the gameplay out. And so far, the gameplay seems better, and the characters are still amazing. So I'm very interested in continuing in that game.
That's great. Yeah, Bill Gardner, he worked on the Bioshock games. There's probably not a big thread between the Bioshock games and Romancevania, but
probably not. Speaky says you played the other one, Shattered Memories, Homecoming, Downpour. I played Shattered Memories and Homecoming. Shattered Memories, I think it's a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good Silent Hill game. Probably not. But like, it's compared to the other three, meh. Or the other four, meh. But like, it's a fun, interesting horror game.
It is. To me, it is easily the 5th best Silent Hill game.
Oh,
it is like clearly
Easily.
not as good as 1 through 4, and it is so much better than any of the other ones.
Yes, 100%. I played Homecoming, and that game is just awful.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think it's a terrible game.
Yeah.
I haven't played Downpour because I don't think, and I haven't played
Origins?
Downpour for the same reason I haven't played Book of Memories. Because like,
Book of Memories is really bad, and it's like 40 hours long. It's so long.
Oh my
It's like a great. It turns into like Diablo. It's like a grindy action RPG. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Why is this the game? What do you want me to do? What are you asking of me? Guys, go to bed.
Yeah.
You want
So
to
I haven't played Origins. Is it worth it? Should I try it?
I haven't played Origins either, and I never finished. I played some of Homecoming and some of Downpour, and I've never finished either of them. So the only 5 I finished are the main 4 and Shattered Memories.
Okay. There's no reason to finish.
Any of the other ones.
But yeah, there's no reason to finish Homecoming. Like I'll tell you now, it never gets better. Like, however you feel about it, minute 1 is probably how you're gonna feel about it. And like the big twist ending is like, this is very obvious. Like it's also not that interesting. Like, oh my gosh. Ugh, okay. A few things. All right, so I missed a biddy, so thanks, Lampy, for letting me know. Lampy with 200 from a while ago says, embrace the new music, Marty. It's always better. Takeover will always be superior to Last Surprise.
Not true.
Very interesting.
This was there's a hotly contested debate over certain songs used in Persona 5 compared to Persona 5 Royal, and there are some songs in original Persona 5 that I prefer over the Royal versions, which are just different
He
songs.
hasn't exhibited any of the common symptoms.
That was just a very nerdy debate.
But we're treating him like a guinea pig.
That's the end.
I feel like nerdy debate is often the subtitle of the channel.
Someone your own age.
Especially streaming on a Tuesday is always weird because there's always references to what you guys did Monday night, and I'm like, I don't know what is going on here.
You don't watch Hot Monday Energy?
Oh, I thought I was calling it Manic Mondays. I don't know. It is. Well, every once in a while I'll tune in and I was like, you guys are just yelling about boats. I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
Just letting you know in advance.
It's great.
We were very much yelling about
Bringing
boats.
that thing here?
Well, actually, we were yelling about
Mr.
ships
Chairman, that's enough
and
observation
what
for
it takes
now.
to be a
We
ship
need to prepare
versus
for
a boat,
combat.
and then what it takes to be a battleship versus a ship.
Was it also a bayonet versus a knife?
Yes,
We got that
we
one too.
also-
You realize
when-
we're
when
getting
does
like
the-
collateral damage. Other streams are getting collateral damage from your insanity.
I wouldn't have it any other way. That's what Monday is for. Is to wreak havoc on the
On the
rest
rest
of you during
of
the
the
week.
This
week.
is no time to joke around.
Is it one of them?
Yeah, when does a bayonet turn into a knife? Or when does a knife turn into a bayonet? Like
Isn't
where?
it being attached to The gun? I don't want to. We can't relitigate this. We can't.
Chairman, please head for the command room.
We absolutely
Go
can't.
upstairs and wake him up.
Also, Hell Knight, 86 to 27 biddies. It says days. Because it's 27 days till Rebirth. Can't believe how strong this year is starting for JRPGs with this game, Infinite Wealth, Rebirth, and Grand Blue game.
Yeah, it is. It is wild. Yeah. Well, first off, Sega released the new Like a Dragon last week and this week, which Sega, get it together. Space them out a little bit. What are we doing? There's other weeks in the year. There's several weeks. There's dozens of weeks in the year. And then, Grand Blue Fantasy just released, which will be our newly released game on Sunday. So Amy and Frost will be checking that out. So tune in for that. And
Nice.
then, we'll have the Final Fantasies coming out on the 29th. Did you know there's a secret 29th day at the end of this month?
Oh, wait, take this. Just
There is.
Oh, there's not.
It's true. Yeah, there is. It's a
Oh
leap
my
day.
gosh, there is.
Yeah, the only reason I know is because of Final Fantasy.
okay.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good day to release something.
Yeah.
It's like a special day that only exists once every few years.
Yeah, you could only celebrate Final Fantasy's anniversary every 4 years. Oh my gosh.
And when it shows up, what games were released on this day? It's gonna be like 2 games.
Yeah. I wonder what other games. That's interesting to check. What games were released? Because I guess it'd be 2020, 2016, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do?
So when you have the Wikipedia page on games released these days,
Yeah.
and you go to the 29th of February,
You can go look up top
pretty
10.
limited list.
Top 10 leap day games.
Yep.
Sponsored by Speedstick.
Snake in the Garden with €2. It says rumor is DLC for this is coming, but not girl player.
Yeah, so
I don't know what that means.
I wrote a column earlier this week, and I really like the game, but I said it is crazy that there is still not a definitive version of this game because Persona 3 FES for the PlayStation 2 had an epilogue called The Answer that has not been in any other version of the game. It's a relatively sizable thing. I think mechanically, I don't like it. Story-wise, I think it's neat. And then Persona 3 Portable did not have the answer, but it had the option to play as a female main character who is completely different and has a much different personality than the male main character, and is able to have social links with the guy, and is able to romance the guys, the male party members and stuff, as opposed to just the female ones. So that's something that again was this could have been the definitive version if we would have plopped that in there, but obviously with a game of this scale, that also would have been a lot of work to sort of ultimately create 2 different scenarios.
Also, Humane Shield with $4.99 says, I am to metaphor cheese as metaphor cheese is to
That's it. One of the monsters that attacked us.
sensitive burps. Crackers? Random cartoon quote. Congratulations on the paychecks.
I am
so
to metaphor
What?
cheese as I am to metaphorical cheese as metaphorical cheese is to metaphorical crackers. Was that the quote?
maybe, but it's just metaphor cheese. Maybe it's supposed to be metaphorical.
You're
And
to metaphor cheese. I think the goof is that it's trying to make a metaphor and then being bad at making the metaphor. Is that the goof?
Oh, okay. Maybe.
But there's also little cheese and crackers in there, which let me tell you, it's lunchtime. I can go for some charcutes. We need to start doing more streams where we have charcuterie.
I like charcuterie. So I'm here for this idea.
I'm trying to think of how to work the word charcuterie into either a game or what game or series or genre speaks the most to the idea of charcuterie.
Ooh, it would be I would say a game that has too much going on.
Okay, too much going on.
Because it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit. You mix it all together.
Yeah.
Lampy with 200 biddies to say boom charcuterie, which if you all haven't heard yet, every time it comes up, I made a video about being a sports announcer who knows nothing about sports.
But you love charcutes. You love the
yeah,
charcutes.
so I have on my YouTube channel, it's a 3-minute video of being narrating. Not narrating. That's not what it's called. They're not called narrators. They're called announcers.
No, they're football narrators.
Yeah, me being a football narrator in a game of Madden. and it's funny. I like it. And Lampy with our 101, it says belated Waka Waka.
Waka waka.
I
Chat
got someone
on my
did a
personal
survey.
channel. Chat. There's a Waka Waka. Like Fozzie Bear you can donate, and Fozzie Bear will come up and say Waka Waka, and they do it at really inappropriate moments. And the character just unleashed their persona by putting a gun to their head. So that's when Chat would do it. Chat did it like Aerith died in Final Fantasy. Spoilers, I guess, for the original Final Fantasy VII. And then that got Waka Wakas. I think there was like sad deaths in The Last of Us that got Waka Wakas.
Nick the OG says they. No, Lampy does it. It's all Lampy.
Hey, Quintuple. Also
Except Aerith. Apparently, Aerith, he did not do the Aerith one. Also, besmirch with $2 says, "Afternoon, gentlemen. Thanks for streaming. You're welcome. Thanks for the donation and coming along, besmirch.
Wonderful to see you, as always.
Snake in the Garden with another €5 and says, "Who else had an audio player in the 2000s, like main character?"
Yeah. So the main character, if we see it right now, it's dangling around his neck. He's got a little MP3 player that's like a little. Almost looks like a USB stick, but it's an MP3 player kind of dangling around his neck. I didn't have one of those. My first MP3 player was a iPod Mini.
What on earth was that?
They say Creative Zen was my baby. Saying goodbye to skipping CDs with road trip bumps felt so modern. Yeah, I did not have one in the early 2000s. I had one in the
Mid-aughts.
later 2000s.
Yeah, I had one when
Is it
when
over?
I graduated college. I don't know if I had one, or no, probably like my junior year of
Get
college.
away from me!
Yeah. It was one of those screenless iPod shuffles,
Yeah.
and I didn't buy it. It was left at the house after a party,
Oh, that's
and
great.
no one had claimed
Oh
it for
my
like
God.
a couple of months.
There
had,
are
like,
so
the
many
lost
things
and
I
found
gained
box.
that way. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and it was like, look, if it stays in the lost and
Yeah.
found box for like 3 months was the rule. I think like 2 or 3 months was like, just take whatever you want.
Yeah.
And nobody knew their iPod was missing, so I was like, cool. I was like, we tried to find contacts. It's not
Oh,
like,
sure, yeah.
oh,
yeah.
we're gonna keep it a secret.
I'm gonna hide it under this plant. I'm gonna hide it behind this plant for a week, and if no
Yeah.
one complains, yeah.
Like the lost and found box is by the door.
Mm-hmm.
We like messaged people who came, like, hey, did anybody lose an iPod?
Yeah.
Like,
Are you okay?
nobody came.
Come on!
So that was my first one, and then it broke.
Rip.
Oh, say something!
Nick the OG with a highlighted message, somewhat related. In the 50s, my grandpa installed a record player in his 54 Chevy Bel Air with a custom-made suspension system under it so it wouldn't skip.
My God,
Wow.
that is
I see
wild.
That it was Orpheus who heeded your call.
That's work.
That's cool.
Very interesting.
That must have taken up like the
Was the
passenger
power
seat.
of
Like
persona.
a record
The
player with a
manifestation
suspension
of your
so it
psyche.
won't bump. That's
A
impressive.
That's a generation that took us to the
persona
moon.
personality that surfaces
With that?
as the
Yeah, now we're just
mentality.
building cyber
Right.
trucks.
stimuli. You can think of it as a mask that protects you.
Nick says, yeah, it was the whole dash in front of the passenger area was removed.
The power of a persona.
That's
is the
funny.
power of one's soul.
Citrus with 140
Soul is
Czar.
fueled by
Thank you,
the
Citrus.
depth
That
of
sounds like
one's
real money, sure.
Oh yeah.
As you
I'll accept it.
grow,
Says Marty,
one's
why is the
becoming
face of Second Wind
involved
Shorts
with others
lambasting me
as your
for my
own
piracy
social network gradually
escapades?
develops
That
the
was
strength
shared in
of
confidence with the
social
500
skills
people
will
watching.
foster the growth of your persona ability.
I
remember
Citrus, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, time marches on in your world.
I believe. Didn't you tell? Was that the video where you told Yahtzee that you pirated his book?
Time we meet.
Yeah, and he was like, "Here's some money."
Oh, because I pirated the book. Yeah, that was funny.
I borrowed your book from uTorrent.
Yeah, that was funny. That was shared
Brad-
confidence.
Oh, Brad coming in with the correct answer. Brad with $2 saying WarioWare is charcuterie.
Oh, that's really
That-
good.
that's
Yeah,
cans.
yeah. That's good. Yeah. They could also the series could also just be called Lunchables, and like, is this game Lunchable or not?
That sounds like you could finish it in an hour.
Oh,
one
so
game.
Lunchables would be like Journey is Lunchable because it's a single sitter.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you feel?
But it has to be like, and you can beat it while having another hand busy. Like like
That's
feed
tough.
yourself.
Sayonara Wild
This
Hearts.
is Tatsumi Memorial Hospital.
It's a short game. I
Is
think
that-
you can play it with one hand,
Oh wow.
which sounds like that's like
Doctor couldn't
a
find
cranking
anything
thing. It's
wrong.
not a cranking thing. It's just
He
the
said
other
you were
hand is
just
open for
exhausted.
cheese and crackers and grapes and whatnot.
Hey,
Dates.
I'm
You know,
sorry I
charcuterie.
wasn't
Yeah,
helpful
almonds.
at all back there. But wow, that power of yours was really
And then with Buck99 says, Jesse, who do you have in the Super Bowl? In the Super Bowl? I am not saying this as a goof. I literally do not know who is in the Super Bowl. I also don't know when the Super Bowl is.
It is next
I guess it's
weekend.
coming up soon.
Yeah, not
Oh,
this
okay.
weekend. It is the following Sunday. So
Okay.
9 days
Let me guess. There is a team called the Oilers, right?
there was a team called the Oilers, the Houston Oilers.
Oh, wait, what?
The Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee and became the Tennessee Titans, and then Houston got a new team named the Texans. So the Oilers haven't been a team since we were children.
Wow. Okay. Well, all right. So I'm gonna say I'm from Ohio, so of
Okay.
course I know like the Browns and the Bengals.
Yeah.
But
It's a
one
Browns
thing I know
Bengals Super Bowl. No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Well, but I know the Browns are really bad.
So has there
I know
been
they're not in.
Has there been a major celebrity that you've heard? Everyone is talking about this one celebrity. There's a celebrity who's dating a football player, and it's become big news. Do you know about that?
Yeah, Taylor Swift's dating some guy who plays the hand egg. I don't know his name.
Yeah, so he plays for Travis Kelce plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they are in the Super Bowl. Some right-wing pundits think this is all a psyop, that Joe Biden is rigging the Super Bowl so that they win, so that
No.
Taylor Swift can continue to promote her
No.
liberal agenda.
You are okay.
You know what?
There's no, like this is like podcasters, right? This isn't like major.
It's like Fox News. I don't know. Like,
No,
As he wakes up, I'll
even
tell
for
him
that is bananas.
I've been wanting to share that.
so that is one team.
Wow.
The other team is the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
I would have guessed the Bengals and Panthers. because I lived in Charlotte for a while and
cats are
when
cool.
there was a game of
Bengals
Cats are
and
cool.
Panthers. That'd be an all-cat Super Bowl. Oh, that's ever happened.
snap, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, oops, all
Yeah,
cats.
like oops, all cats. Whenever there was a Panthers game, we were like, we're not driving today. Like we're gonna walk to wherever we go because traffic is gonna suck, and we don't want to put up with that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So yeah, I'm gonna say the Bengals and the Panthers.
Great.
There's your answer. That's who I have going for the Super Bowl. Even after I learned who the real team were,
Even
doesn't
after I
matter.
learned, I will refuse.
And still, I want the all cat Super Bowl.
Oops, all cats.
Denmark with $5 from I'm not sure when this was, but it says this cutscene is sick. I bet it is. And why? Because it didn't cut to anime. This was fun as fuck to play at 3 a.m. with my Evoker and C's armband on.
Oh, hell yeah.
C's. What is a Invoker?
The Invoker is what the name of the
Invoker is-
pistols are. That like they don't use actual real guns; they use Invokers. That's what the names of the guns are.
Okay.
And then C's
Oh, 'cause they
is
invoke your persona. Okay.
yes. And then C's is kind of the name of this group who lives in the dormitory, who kind of fights the evil. And they all when they go adventuring, they kind of wear like an armband that says C's. It's just the name of their like cool gang.
That's cool. Okay.
It's not like that.
Wow, I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
Also, Invoker better name than Smith and Wesson
Yeah.
or whatever. Smith and Western? I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Smith and Western. Smith and Best Western, my favorite hotel.
Lampy with 100 biddies says when Jesse says the Bangles, is he thinking about the band? Is there a band called the Bangles?
Yeah.
Clearly,
well,
I wasn't because I didn't know there was a band.
it's
But that's a good guess.
there's the Bangles, I believe, sing. I think they sing Manic Monday, maybe. The Bengals? Do they sing? Well, I think what they're saying is the football team is called the Bengals, like the tiger.
Yeah.
And the Bangles are Bangles. I know as from like role playing games. You get like you can wear a magical bangle. Isn't that what a
That's
bangle
like a
is?
type of, it's like a big bracelet.
yeah,
isn't
like a
it?
big old bracelet. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have stumbled across those in Adventures Night.
You are correct. The Bangles do sing Manic
Look
Monday.
at that. It's all roads lead here.
Yep.
Hey, wanna
Uh,
walk home
I
together?
just there's an art donut from Humane Shield, which I just want to say, not if we wanted to game the system on donations, we just need to be confused about a donation when we read it, because it will lead to a second donation
Oh
trying
my
to explain the
God.
first one. So Humane Shield with $1.99 says the metaphor cheese quote was from Phineas and Ferb.
Safe.
Oh, I've never watched it. I've heard great things about
I
Phineas and
haven't.
Ferb, but I've never watched it. That's on me.
Yeah, same. I also have never watched it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're feeling okay now. Well, I guess I'll. head
Yes,
up
I was
first.
correct. It is Smith and Wesson.
Like
I
you
like
said this morning,
Smith and
meeting on
Western
the
though.
phone.
Yeah,
so
so do
I'm
I.
probably gonna call it
Sure,
that from
we
now
should
on.
do it for us.
Also, if I made a fictional, if I made a like any sort of game, and I needed a gun brand, they would all just be called Bayonettas or Cerezas. That would be the gun.
There you go. Yeah. Listen, they already perfected it. Why should we
Yeah.
even do anything?
All guns to be the big gun brand would be Cereza. Because the coolest thing about guns is Bayonetta.
I mean, it's the coolest thing about most things is Bayonetta.
That's very true. Like in top of almost
Looks like
all
you've
lists
recovered.
is just Bayonetta.
I'm
It's
glad
just
to
up
see
there.
that. There are some things I need to discuss with you. That's why I asked you to see me.
All right, I
so
think I
soon
caught up
after
on
you were
all
discharged from the hospital.
donos,
Have a
so
seat.
now I can pay attention to normal chat. So sorry if I.
Or did you?
Oh no!
Ah!
Golden Yeti!
Mentioned his name before,
Hit $2,
but
says
this
Marty.
is Tanaka-kun.
It was a four
Hey there.
blorbed. It was four
Let me start off
blorbed.
by asking you this.
Is
Would you
for
believe me
harmed.
if I said that a day consists of more
Is
than
blorb-
Does that make sense to you?
It was 4 blorbed, is 4 harmed. Well, blorbs are what we're calling chat while we play Devil May Cry
That's a
with
reason.
Casey.
However,
Every time we go to spend money on things, chat
Do you
wants us to
remember
buy
the
blue
night you first
orbs,
arrived here?
and we've
You
called
had
them
to have noticed
blorbs.
the sign.
And so
Blorbs,
chat's
okay.
like, buy the
What's going
blorbs,
on?
and we
Things
refuse because we
stopped
just want to buy
working.
things that make us look
The
cool.
inexplicable appearance of coffins.
Like,
So many
the blue orbs are like,
things
you will get more health
stepped
and
into
more
a different
devil
time.
trigger, and this
That's
will
the
make
dark hour.
the game easier.
A
And we're
time
like, but
period
what if we
hidden
get these
between
moves
one
for
day
weapons we're
and the
not
next.
using, so that we can look cool?
Oh, I thought it was just like, let me get this like new hat or something.
Well, I kept
And
telling.
that's
Oh
what-
no, that'd be really funny. But I keep telling chat that chat it wants us to invest our money like in like a 401k, and Casey and I just want to spend it on candy. that's how we're playing the game. That being said, Casey is fucking crushing. We keep getting these bosses, and people are like,
Yep.
"This is you're gonna hit a wall." Casey beats him in like 2
Those
tries.
creatures.
Casey's
my
great. at
gosh.
this
Live in
shit.
shadows. They only appear during the dark hour and attack anyone
I believe
who
it.
roams
He is
free
the Souls
outside
champ.
He's a video
so
gamer.
I buy
It's
it.
our job
He's
to
an absolute
defeat
video
That's-
gamer.
Pretty
Yeah.
exciting, huh?
That is a legit problem in Bayonetta though,
Hiko,
because the
why are
same
you
money you
always like
use to
this?
buy
You just
the
got
like
hurt the other
halos
day.
you use to buy your new moves and stuff is the same money to buy new costumes.
Yeah.
And I fight it every time I'm playing. I'm like,
Get to the
but
point.
that costume sounds
Are the
cool.
specialized
But what if I looked
extracurricular
cool?
executions
And that's like the whole. That's
Yeah.
even like all FromSoft games. I'm like, well, I could wear the armor that would allow me to survive longer, or I can look like a cool wild man.
This group
Yeah.
is dedicated to defeating the shadows.
Be like, wait,
Mitsuki
but like
Kirijoko
the
is
pauldrons
leader.
on this one are too good.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know it's worse physical defense, but
shadow
like,
feeds
come on,
the
what
mind of its
what's 20
Victim
physical
comes from
defense?
things-
Exactly. That doesn't mean
If I
anything to
get
me.
hit, I'm in trouble anyway.
The
Yeah.
syndrome. I'm sure you've heard of it. We sometimes refer to those who suffer from this as the lost.
George Lucas saying
They're
Bayonetta 2 not
responsible
being
for
on
most
Steam
of the
is weird
incidents on
because
the
they ported it
news.
to the second
Not
game,
all.
or they ported the first game. Yeah, because the Nintendo exclusivity, which
Oh yeah.
for my
that's
birthday one
right.
year I got
There
Bayonetta
are those who
2.
can function
I need to play
during
3.
the
I
dark
love
hour.
2 so
Some
much.
may even
That was
awaken
I
to
love the
the
first
power
one,
that enables
which I
them
played on
to fight
PC,
shadows.
and I got to
That's
play the second
known
one on
as
Switch,
persona.
and like I absolutely want to play the third
Power
one.
you
It's,
called
it's
upon
so
the other
good.
night.
It's so good.
Shadows can only be defeated by persona users.
Broback says,
That
"Where's the
means
persona?
you
The
are the only
DMC
ones who
stream?
stand
It's
a
in the
chance
DMC
against
playlist.
them.
Nick has been listing and unlisting certain streams, and he's got a real bias towards Devil May Cry because he keeps unlisting it like a real moop. But you can check out this playlist here and watch it over there. I'll go yell at Nick later. I'm probably not gonna yell at Nick. He probably has a
Apparently
good
part
reason for doing
4
it.
I'm glad you're
is
quick
missing.
To understand.
What he's trying to say is, we want you to join us.
Well,
We've
now I'm
prepared
curious
an
if part
evoker
4
for
is
you.
in this.
I think it
We'd
is.
like
missing
you to lend
that.
us your strength.
Yeah, part 4 is there.
Yeah, it's just not like if you go to the live tab, it doesn't show up.
I'm glad to hear your.
and also Lampy with 100 biddies. It says a reminder that Jesse once spent 2 streams making his character, dog, and cat for Monster Hunter Rise. I did. That is correct.
Hold up. But wasn't
I made.
That
I
is
made my
wild.
character.
I like it.
Mind.
Good character creator. I made my character, which I liked, and then I made Yugi Boy as my dog, and I made Pegasus as my cat.
Yugi Boy is in like Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, and then Pegasus is the main villain in the first season.
That's
So
cool.
I made Pegasus. Yeah.
Is there like a thing that all Jessies need to love Yu-Gi-Oh? Because
Do the
Jesse
other
Schwab
Jessies
has
also
like
love
a Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube channel.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's like a renowned Yu-Gi-Oh-er.
I did not know that
Yeah.
about Jesse Schwab.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we gotta talk to
The
Yu-Gi-Oh.
you
I
guys
think
could be the
love
Yugi
me.
Bros.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh wow, we need to start it. I gotta talk to Schwab. We
Yeah.
gotta pitch a show about Yu-Gi-Oh or something. Get some streams going. Yeah, no, I like that was my like big first like that's what got I had technically like seen some anime before that, but that's what got me into anime. Also basically the thing that informed me of like my fashion sense for the rest of my life was Yu-Gi-Oh.
This meeting?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know,
Is watching that as a
because
kid.
it's the weekend, shall we end?
CSI Freak or Sci Freak?
CSI
Maybe.
Miami.
CSI Miami. There it is. With 4.99 euros, pounds. I think that's the pounds. That's the pounds. It says thanks to watching Marty play Final Fantasy VII. Every time I see Jesse, I keep thinking of Red 13. Why?
The cat?
am I Red 13?
This Jesse? Was that my fault? Did I do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. At some point, I might have compared you to the cat, but I love Red 13. So if I compared you to the cat, it was lovingly, because he is noble and he's proud and he's a cat. I'm not. I also I've
good
been
things.
very adamant. I've been very open about how I empty the recycling bin of my memory after every stream. So I apologize if I just forget things.
No, it happens. Is it because of the hawk? Do they? Because they have like a.
Oh, little Mo. Yeah. I think Red's. You got like cat hair. Yeah, or like that cat. Nanaki, his name is. You have Nanaki hair.
Blue McDee's nuts says Red 13 is a dog. Kate Sith is the cat. And no, Red 13 is kind of a cat dog. Like I also thought it was a cat.
Yeah, it's like a
It's like
mix.
sort of a lion.
Yeah, it's like a lion, but like yeah, it's mostly lion-like, but has a little bit of wolf to it.
Yeah.
Cat Sheath is
It's-
not a cat though. Cat Sheath. Well, Cat Sheath is technically a cat.
Okay, he's
What
here.
is like a an Irish cat that's a robot controlled by a politician? So it doesn't count. Whom amongst us is not an Irish cat controlled by a politician?
Right.
Yeah.
He who is not an Irish cat controlled by a politician may throw the first stone.
Don't tell me.
This is Junpei Iori.
So thanks, CSI Freak. Oh. For my Yu-Gi-Oh fashion, Speaky says so. Really thick chains and a lot of leather. Yes. And also coats that defy gravity. If you watch that show, like Kaiba's and Yugi's like capes and coats like are always behind them some, and like wider.
I like it.
High collars, big necklaces. Yeah.
Found me crying
Yeah,
like a
it's-
baby at the convenience store.
So many spikes.
Surrounded
You
by
watch
a
that show,
bunch of
like
punks.
every time there's like, here's a monster.
And
It's like, but what if it had more spikes?
But he said that's,
great.
completely normal.
I love that
in the
show.
beginning.
And Denmark with $5 says, I've hit 5 hours in Reload. Granted, about 90 minutes was just talking about it to someone in Discord voice chat, but still, I'm there.
Of course.
There you go.
Since
See?
you're a Persona user and all.
That's good.
But man, I still can't believe it. I had no idea you guys had this stuff going on too.
Blue McDee's
I'm
nuts
glad I'm
says,
not the only one.
fucking love season
Does
2
anyone wanna be
Yugi's
doing
soft
this on my
gothy
own?
attire. Yeah, it's
You gotta
amazing.
be stoked too, right? Having
I love it. It's so
age
good.
right?
I love it.
What?
Oh, is Cat Sheath
Lamp-
Scottish? I thought he was Irish.
Well,
My mistake.
enough of the
My bad.
introductions.
People get very mad when I mix those up. And I didn't mean. I assumed it was like Celtic.
Ready.
Ooh, we gotta go do something?
This is like when I called
I don't actually
Killian
know.
Murphy Cillian Murphy, and Darren was not thrilled with
This
me.
many people.
Darren was not thrilled with me.
That tower.
Oh, you mean Tartarus.
I like Cillian.
Tartar sauce.
Cillian Murphy. Lampy with 100 bits. It says, and is sometimes a politician controlled by an Irish cat, controlled by a politician.
Yeah, sometimes it's like a little sandwich. It's like the Paramore My Chemical
The
Romance
chairman
sandwich.
will give us more details tomorrow night, so be ready.
Eric, I have not seen the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions movie. It follows the manga but gives closure on Yugi Kaiba and Yami's story. I should watch it.
Are they still Yu-Gi-Oh in? Is that still a thing?
That's right.
I don't know, because there's been a bunch of like post Yugi shows. Like there's the one, I think they're on motorcycles and battling cards, and then I think there's at least 2 other like after the initial run with like, you know, the Yugi, Joey, Kaiba, Taya.
Like Joey
Sakura.
from
Room on
Friends?
the 4th floor when you get back to the dorm tonight.
No, Joey Wheeler.
Oh. I don't know any of these people.
We having that talk already?
He's one of his friends who has a
save the
cartoonishly
details
New
for
York
later.
I
accent.
love it.
See you there.
No,
It's so good. Show's amazing.
Damn. Doesn't waste any time.
Oh, Dan Wolf says
She's not
Jesse
like
Cotton
us.
is a famous
She's busy, you
Yu-Gi-Oh
know?
player
The
too, so
student
maybe
council or
we
whatever.
gotta talk to Hoops. See if she's in Yu-Gi-Oh too.
Since my still be?
See if there's some truth to this.
It's not that I don't like her, it's just. I don't know.
Sergio Duke says, I will wait for Netflix's live adaptation of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Just to hate it.
Whatever.
You okay?
Whatever
School
the.
days?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Probably at the dorm, right? Let's
I would. Day one, I would watch that. I don't care if it's good. I would watch it. I would love to see that translated in reality, because one of my favorite things is when I go to cons is to see how people translate Yu-Gi-Oh characters into costumes, because like it is very impressive the amount of like
Yeah.
detail and how people translate things that don't. Because one of the things I love about the Yu-Gi-Oh art style is that shit don't work. Like there's it defies physics. It's like there's layers of hair that just don't coalesce. They're just obviously drawn a certain way, like that don't interact properly.
Yeah.
And like how the coats work and everything, like it does not matter in terms of reality, and that's kind of what makes it so great.
Yeah.
That's one of the many things that makes it so great. Lampy with 100 bits to say obligatory baby dragon quote. Yeah, love that baby dragon.
Beautiful.
Joey has a card called Baby Dragon.
Long time.
And do you ever watch Drawfee?
Were the only
No,
persona
I don't know what
users
that
we
is.
had.
Oh, okay.
But that
It's a great
number
one. They
recently
Karina,
jumped
one of the
up
people on there, she loves
So
Yu-Gi-Oh
here's the
too,
plan.
and they'll do a bunch of
Starting
Yu-Gi-Oh shows
tonight
sometimes,
at 12 a.m.
and literally like draw stuff from it, and like they have a whole bit about.
Oh,
Baby Dragon.
I think you've talked about this. Yes.
Yeah. So
I thought
There
Drawfee
you
was
go.
like
You
an
don't-
anime or something. But
I
yes.
asked this
Okay. I know.
yesterday, but what is that?
yeah. So like, thanks, Lampy. If you don't know,
It's Tartarus.
check it out.
You seriously haven't seen it, Junpei?
And Citrus
I mean-
with another 140 czar, still believing that's real money, and says $7 to say card games on motorcycles.
Yeah.
Only during the dark hour?
Just like the shadows. Interesting, huh?
The goal of our club, Seas, is to fight those shadows.
Eric says there's still lots of new stuff, but only the original manga and movies are canon. The rest is Konami money printing
We
scheme.
need to destroy the dark hour.
Yeah, because I think they own the rights to like the distribution of,
I don't really get it. Well, you're saying
the
if we
card game
run
still,
around Tartarus,
and thus
we
are
can
probably
somehow
bankrolling
get rid
more
of the
shows and
dark
stuff.
We don't know for certain. Sorry, I can't. give you a
And
better answer.
not Lord
Investigating
Farquaad,
the
but
mysteries
Lauren
of that tower
Farquet,
is part of
as
our
I have
job.
learned, gives $2 to say,
bottom
Christ on
line is,
toast, this
we
is
need
so
more
fast
information.
compared to Royale.
Everything we encounter there will be a vital
Yeah, you
clue.
get. It still doesn't get you in immediately, but it gets you in much quicker than
Is of utmost importance.
5 or
Consider it our top priority.
I would say.
Our society, while remaining blissfully unaware of the shadows, is slowly but surely succumbing.
It's interesting.
to their
They
influence.
believe that I am
I'll go as
antagonizing
far
them.
as to say that the
Is it because I don't? I'm not sure if I believe your money
of you persona users.
is real.
I think it's
probably
it's
real.
South American.
Responsibility.
Or no,
Yeah.
South African?
Ours?
Of justice
Is ours?
South African?
It's
I believe
also the
it.
perfect spot for us to train
YouTube
our
highlights it, so
skills.
like, who am I to
Place is
question
like a
that?
nest of shadows, you know.
Whoa.
If they say it's real
Your
money,
nest,
I'm
huh?
here for it.
But Senpai, what about your injury?
Also, Tommy Salty with 10 PLN,
Hiko's still recovering
also
from
probably
his
real
wounds.
money. It says
He'll
whispers.
accompany us, but won't participate in the
I
exploration.
think there are weebs here.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
there are weebs.
Yeah.
Weeb's about.
Yep.
Relax.
You are.
Oh,
You are.
Junpei's got your backs.
You best start believing in weeb
not so
stories
sure
because you're
about
in one.
this.
Oh, no!
What about you, Mr. Chairman?
There was probably a better way to make that work, but
No.
that's what I've got right now.
Zero
Not
notes.
much point anyway. Since I
There,
can't
there should be
summon
notes.
persona.
There should be notes.
Let me be honest, this is
Actually.
one. Maybe we should be noted.
Speaking says I should stream Master Duels. Yeah,
What's
maybe.
going on? Why are we
I've only played one
Just wait and
Yu-Gi-Oh
see.
video
It's
game,
almost
very
midnight.
briefly for the PS2, and those loading times were unreasonable. Or it might have been PS1. I did play the actual card game for a while though. And a Humane Shield with $4.99. Oh, let's see how I can mess this one up. So they'll give another. Don't know. Trying to explain it. I'm building a. Okay. I am very unsure of this. Oh, I think I get it. Okay. I'm building a Moopsie Luetcher to take to Star Trek convention.
I think it's launcher.
oh,
It's
a
just a
Moopsie
type, launcher typo.
Okay.
Moopsie launcher.
Ah. What's a Moopsie? Okay, it says, and I have my bathrobe and towel for my general con. So I'm guessing a Moopsie launcher is something that is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy related.
This is Tartarus.
Maybe? No?
The labyrinth
I don't
that reveals
know.
itself during the
What's a
dark
Moopsie?
hour.
I know what a Star Trek is, and I know bathrobe
What
and
are you
towel
talking about?
are
What happened to our
Hitchhiker's
school?
Guide related.
Once the dark
That
hour
is true.
passes, everything will
I've
But
read
I
that
am-
novel and seen that film. I don't know.
Humane-
What it
I'm
is.
sorry.
If that's a
I
Star
have
Trek
no
thing.
idea what it is.
If that's a Star Trek thing, you are 1 week late because 1 week ago, Darren and Jack were streaming the Star Trek game with
don't
Nick,
know
and so that was your Star Trek audience there.
I'm
Oh, wait.
Sure it's complicated.
I think it might be a.
If we don't know, we'll just have to find out. Mitsuru and I have only gone in to
Okay,
take
hang
a
on.
peek.
Moopsie, Star
This will be
Trek.
our first time exploring.
Moopsie, Alpha Memory. Okay.
Exciting, huh? There's gotta be
A
something in there.
Moopsie,
Hopefully some sort of
a
clue
small
about the
predatory
dark hour.
animal known for drinking bones.
Akihiko, I respect
Okay,
your
so it's a Star Trek
enthusiasm,
thing.
but you won't be exploring it today.
I know.
Because it's in Alpha Memory. I don't know what this thing is from.
I'm gonna put every stream I'm on. I'm just gonna put a list of things on the side, and it's gonna be jokes and references I will understand, and then a list that's jokes and references I will not understand.
It's something from. It's some sort of animal from Star Trek.
There you go.
That's what I can gather.
It's just as crazy.
And you're
on
gonna
the
launch
inside.
it at people? Do you have like
That's creepy,
plushies
though.
of these you're gonna shoot at people?
This
I
is only the entrance.
Humane, I need to know
The
more.
labyrinth lies beyond the doorway at the top
Like
of
I
the
need to
stairs.
know what a Moopsie launcher is, what
First,
you're shooting out
we
of
need
it.
to get a feel for the place. Why don't the three of
I mean, it sounds like you're launching Moopsies, right?
I mean that's what it sounds like, but like what are they just like is it like a paper?
We're not asking
Like
you to go
it's just a
very
picture of a
far. I'll help
Moopsie
you
and I'm gonna shoot it
navigate
at
by
people?
feeding you
Or is it just like
information
it's the
from here.
launcher but it doesn't actually shoot like,
We'll
you know,
also need to
someone
appoint a leader to make
dresses
any
up as
necessary
Dante, they got
decisions.
ebony and ivory, but they're not
Gotcha.
actually
A
like
leader?
pew-pewing.
Like-
Like they're just props.
The
So it could be a
captain
Moopsie
of
launcher prop.
pirate ship? I'm in. Me, pick me.
You're in charge.
I have no idea what this means. I need you to explain.
Calm down.
Wait,
We did it. We
seriously?
made it to the dungeon. Time to dungeon.
That's true too.
Ooh,
but the
in
main reason we
75
do
minutes.
just
that-
over an hour.
Yeah.
Can either of you summon your persona?
Also,
without
Blue
this-
McDee's nuts with $5
Yeah, of course
and
I can.
says context.
Me too.
These are shadows
Context
we're talking
Kaib,
about.
out of touch,
Without your
elite
persona, you're
has
screwed.
brother Kaiba.
I'm aware of that.
All right, I'm assuming context
All right,
Kaiba out of
let's
touch,
head inside.
elite brother, elite.
Are you ready, leader?
Gosh, I am. This is so close to being a proper sentence, and it's just off a little bit enough to really confuse me. I have plenty of friends. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're really throwing Jesse for loops with these messages.
I am
for loops and moops.
Okay. I'm just gonna read this as written, and like, I feel like just
Power through.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see if we can pull anything out of here.
All right. Context. Kaib, out of touch elite, has brother. So like Kaiba is an out of touch elite and has a brother. Yes.
Okay.
Kaiba, and I think it's supposed to be a quote. I have plenty of friends. Yugi. Dragons, your employees, and Mokuba don't count. Kaiba, who's Mokuba? I get it now. Okay. So that's a back and forth.
We need these messages in screenplay format in Final Draft. If you guys have it, so you need to do interior, set the scene for us. Then we will act
Also,
them out.
the way YouTube like compresses messages too, like if that was laid out like
with line
text,
spaces, yeah.
space, Kaiba, colon, thing,
Yeah,
Yugi,
yeah.
colon, like that would make sense. As it is, it's like I'm trying to decipher some stuff.
You know,
It's
Google
like,
is a little underdog startup, and so they're just trying. They're trying their best.
Yeah, they're like Microsoft. They're really trying, but they've got such stiff competition. But okay, I get it now. It's funny. It's a joke for me. I get it.
Hey, are you?
It's a
Especially
joke
who's
for
vocal.
me.
It's an audience of very limited.
Huh?
Man,
It's like I was talking to someone and they follow a TikTok that is specifically about Star Trek jokes for people who have
Leader.
left cults and like deep religions.
Jesus, that is.
And I'm like, that is a sniper shot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
an audience. Like,
But
that is,
if
I mean,
you were a part of that audience, whoo, doggy.
yeah, yeah, that is your jam. But yeah, that is very specific. But that joke, that was for me, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Lampy with 200 bits. It says / interior night / Jesse cloaked in darkness reading from a screen / Jesse. Boo.
I'll be providing audio backup from here on out. Keep that in mind.
wait.
It's my
That's pretty
persona's
good.
ability. The structure of Tartarus actually changes from day to day. I'd like to join you up there, but we need someone outside support.
Convicted 008 with a highlighted message says,
even
Jesse,
more
you make me
concerning.
laugh. Thank you. Also, thank you, Marty.
Convicted
Aw.
ape, it is my pleasure, and I personally think you were wrongfully convicted of your ape
You'll
crime.
get the hang of it as you
And I'm
go.
going to see to it that the justice system
Right.
Got it.
is properly
gosh.
served and that you get out
Why
of
is she
jail.
always like
Oh
that?
my gosh, wow.
Right. Let's begin. Defeat all the shadows on that floor. I'll support you as much as I can, but it's up to you to learn something out there.
I haven't been looking at this game for like about 45 minutes because I've been reading so much chat.
Yeah. There's been a lot of chat.
And yeah, there has been a lot of chat, and now I'm just look up and like you're in a completely different area. And you
Yeah.
have swords. There's some sort of floaty goop ghost monster.
Yeah, this is a shadow. So we're in the at that 25th hour of the day, a tower forms in town called Tartarus. And so the entire dungeon of this game is slowly going up floor by floor of Tartarus. And there's like 250 floors big. And so instead of there being like several dungeons or palaces, it is all in this single tower.
Oh, that's cool. Also, I saw someone pulled out their Cereza, so waka waka.
Ah!
Oh yeah! How'd you like my persona ability?
Yeah, that was amazing.
At Snake in the Garden
Well done, Ian.
with 2
Considering it was your
euros.
first
Ooh,
battle
that's
back in
the
the team, you'll
that's
be
the other one. That's the other British money.
That's not British.
That's not Brit. That's European.
That's European.
That's the whole European.
Exploring.
Because pounds are British.
Pounds are British, correct.
Euros, as the name should have implied,
Everything else.
Another
is
shot.
so. I think euros are they the better money? I don't know if they're like the more
I mean, better? Like,
they like more euros is more like 2 euros is worth more than 2 pounds.
And pull the
that
trigger.
I do not know. I do not know the strength of euros and British pounds.
Snake of the Garden says hashtag more Jesse EU streams because this chat is epic.
And then Snake of the Garden says, not British, I retract my dono.
No! I retracted for it's European, it's Euros. I got you. Don't worry, you don't have to retract it.
You've done
You
a
don't
good.
have to say-
You've made us some money by being confused on certain messages, but you've lost us some money by being like, British, European, all the same.
All right, but I've only done that once versus the several confusions, so I
That is
feel like
true.
the scales are still
Yeah,
on my
that is
favor.
true. That is true.
Thanks, Snake of the Garden. I would love to be on more EU streams because y'all are great, and it's a beautiful time in the mid-afternoon for me. Also, SVS Guru 2000 with €5. That's anywhere in Europe. It says, I never like those red armbands. Reminds me of bad things. Oh, they
Nazis?
do have red armbands.
Yeah, Nazis made armbands a tough pill to swallow for everyone.
Take note of each member's strengths and conduct. I can still sense some enemies
I think
around.
they're fine with it. I don't think this is supposed to evoke Nazi imagery. I can understand why it does, but I do not believe that is what they were going for.
Yeah.
Much like I say, if I see like a St. Louis Cardinals baseball hat, it's a red.
Yeah.
It's a red hat with white writing on it, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. And I'm like, they just like baseball.
Uh-huh.
They just like baseball. They didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, boxes sometimes.
Sweet, hell yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. On a less world-ending devastating note,
Yeah,
I just think it's really funny. The Washington Nationals, the baseball team here,
Yeah.
their logo is just a cursive W, and it just looks like the Walgreens logo. And so we moved here and was like, man, people freaking love
Walgreens.
here.
What is going
I
on?
Looks like they
I don't know what CVS
from
did,
behind.
but
Make sure
Walgreens, people really showing their appreciation. Eric with 200 or 20 R's. It says, "This is for you, Jesse," and it is a picture of Kaiba and Yugi with my face over Yugi's face, and I think Jesse Schwab's face over Kaiba.
Beautiful. Really beautiful.
And then there's a Second Wind logo, and over the head of the Phoenix is the blue-eyed white dragon.
Beautiful. An artist.
I love it. Thanks. And Eric shared it in Twitch. Yes, share it everywhere. Thank you, Eric. It's wonderful. Tommy Salty with 10 PLN and says, "Get Jesse to Europe when?" To Europe? Oh no, those plane tickets can be expensive. European streams. That's probably more doable.
There you go.
I'm here for a mid-afternoon stream. I would love to do that. And Herb4 with Urbanim. Is that how you're supposed to say it?
Urbanim. Yeah.
magnificent teamwork.
There's no
As they
4.
rise
You're not
to the
pronouncing the
flow
4
of
at all.
battle,
It's an
you'll
A.
learn to coordinate with each other seamlessly.
Like the 4 represents an A. Urban M.
Oh, okay. Urban M. Got it. All right, I'll accept this. With 25 PLN, and says, "What? What's with these guys? It's like one of my Japanese animes."
What's with these guys? It's like one of my Japanese animes. That is a Hal Emmerich quote from
I
Metal
detect
Gear
another
Solid.
shadow up. Take
That is also the
advantage of what you
third
just learned.
thing
Try
from
not
my
to alert-
the third stream notification from my streams I've had to explain. Just some heavy inside joke going on here.
I'll continue providing support.
So you're complaining about my our Hot Monday energy.
Yeah, I
Now,
stand corrected.
that's not even on.
At least
on
you're
the
keeping
Second
it in the
Wind channel.
company.
Yeah. Citrus with 70s R saying, "Chat, there is a Chihuahua-sized moth in my room watching me. Please send help. I don't think my gun will help me like it does in the Soda Gang."
Is that like if
What
you're
was
using Rand, South African Rand, is like are giant moths a South African thing? Is that like we got big old moths here?
Yeah, is that real?
That
How
sounds
big
terrible. I don't want to deal with large moths. The only large moth I want to fight is the moonlight butterfly, which I'm now realizing is a butterfly and not a moth.
Not a moth. And that's why you want to fight it. It's
Mothra,
not a moth.
that's a cool one.
That's a big moth. That's a very big moth.
Yeah.
Now, it's time.
Yeah, like, is that a real thing? I need to know. It's an exaggeration, okay. So it's not actually chihuahua sized.
I mean, it could maybe a very small chihuahua.
If you're gonna make, okay, like, here's my thing for giant moths though, because this is now the conversation we're having. You can have like giant, like, you have tarantulas, you got giant spiders, you got like 3 foot long centipedes.
Sure.
You got like all sorts of, these bugs that are just unreasonably large, and they're scary and they're angry and they can hurt you.
Sure.
But like a moth can't hurt you. That thing could get, the only time a moth can hurt you is if it gets so big that its physical weight can crush you.
Sure,
like,
sure.
Before that, that's a good moth size.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I think giant moths, I think we should do that. I think we should start breeding moths until they get bigger.
I'm realizing I can put on my different uniforms. So I can have everyone dress up like they're from Persona 4. So everyone's currently dressed up like Persona 4.
Is that like a school uniform?
Yeah, that's the school uniform in Persona 4, and now I'll do I believe this is the school uniform from Persona 5. And they're all kind of similar, but they have their own different little color palettes.
I mean, they are school uniforms. They're kind of supposed to be.
And then
do you have other? Do you have like?
I think the last one is you unlock different ones throughout the game. This is going to be the uniforms from, or like the
pirate armor.
Yeah, these are the costumes, like your actual Persona costumes in Persona 5. So dressed as Joker and
those are cool.
And on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Snake in the Garden with €2. That's the European Anywhere one. Genpai's hat has Irish symbol, Trinity dot. Neat.
It does really? That's interesting.
Is it a Trinity knot?
I don't know if Snake Garden says so. I'm trying to get close to it, but it's hard. Oh, yeah, sure enough. I'm zoomed in on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, Junpei. I'll, like I said earlier, I'll jump to, for the last half hour, I'll jump to save file a little further on in the game. We can do some.
That means you got about 4 minutes until we're 30 minutes out.
Oh, I just didn't know.
Also, Lampy with 200 biddies and said, "You spend the money."
You spend the money. I like that. Good. That is a fourth reference to my my notifications. It's Watto from the film Star Wars. However, it's not a Star Wars Watto. It is Watto from the video game Star Wars Racer's Revenge. And when you buy things in that game, Watto says, "You spend the money. I like that. Good." So that is one of my notifications.
I love that it's from a game about a movie.
Yeah.
Not from the movie itself.
Deep. It's very deep.
Lampy was 75 to say, "Ha ha 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 ha." Is that also a quote, or is that just laughter?
No, I think that was just Lampy. I think that was just Lampy laughing.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Unless that was supposed to be like Kefka's laugh, but Lampy would have needed to like specify that one. I think that was. Just
from Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
I love FF6. That's a great game. Kefka, cool villain. Weird, like
he's a real shithead. He's like a good villain. He's just a real dick.
Yeah, and it's wild that he's just like some sort of clown that's like, I'll just take over the world.
Yeah,
and it's like
I'll kill your family by poisoning the well.
Yeah, it's like, and then he turns into some sort of god thing. Wild. Denmark with $5 says, "It's called shuffle time, but the cards do not shuffle. Why do the cards not shuffle?"
That's a great question. You're asking the tough questions. You're asking the questions the rest of us are too afraid to answer.
I was definitely afraid to. I was scared to even read that, to be honest. It's not even my question. But I was terrified. I'm sweating right now. Also, Lampy with their 75. It's hard to type Kefka's laugh, Marty.
I agree. That's why we need screenplay formats. You need to give stage directions.
Yeah. Scene, night. Kefka stands. Kefka. Ha 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 ha.
Went off without a hitch. Let's get going. All these floors look the same. Try not to get lost.
George Lucas was so excited about Godzilla coming to Dave the Diver. Is that real?
Yeah, they announced during the PlayStation showcase that there's a Godzilla DLC coming to Dave the Diver in May, I believe. And it's like actually Godzilla and everything. It's like the water started to rumble in the trailer and the song kicked in.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know like what he's gonna be doing, but they're like if you're gonna, you know, if it's gonna be like a friendship with Godzilla or if it's gonna be more of, you know, like he's your enemy. I hope he's not your enemy because I love Godzilla. He's great.
I mean, I feel like most of the time, Godzilla's kind of an enemy. Well, actually, no. There's that whole period where he's mostly just fighting other monsters. Okay, in most of I don't want to say good because I don't want to downplay like the fun, happy.
Sure.
But in the like serious Godzilla movies, like Shin Godzilla, Gojira, Godzilla -1, like. Yeah, he's the enemy.
Did we talk about minus one's really good.
I don't care if we have talked about it. I'll talk about it again. That movie's amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. That was great.
It's so I saw it in theaters and was happy I did. And I generally don't like going to the theater.
Well, it's still not. It's still not on home viewing. It's not on streaming. It's not on like VOD. Bring Godzilla home. That's my political. That's what I'm gonna really lean on this November. Is Godzilla in every pot, a car in every garage, and a Godzilla in every pot.
But yeah, I'm pro Godzilla getting added to anything. They added Godzilla characters to Gigabash. Good DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Godzilla gets added, that's a bonus. Also, Fafet's saying Lampy is donating the right amount of bits for each goof.
That's very inside baseball, and I like it. So each reference to my stream is the amount of bits that thing would pop up. Lampy's out here playing fucking 4-degree chess. 4-dimensional chess? 4-degree chess? Very cold chess.
Just stay on your toes here.
Deems gives 1 bit to say Friday, 2:31 p.m. EST. Someone has just raided a Marty stream. Knock off Austin Power music plays while a stoned drowsy appears on the screen. Is that what happens when you get raided?
Yeah, it's.
Also, I don't.
I'm
know
trying
if
to think if there's a way for
non-stoned
me to like
drowsy.
show this. Technically, if I. Okay, I'm gonna do it at the end of the stream. I think there'll be a way for me to show what I'm talking about at the end of the stream. Remind me before we end the stream that I'll try it.
Who's next?
Okay. Snake in the Garden with €5. We all know that's the European one. And says, fun fact, rewatching Nick play Persona at the moment, and Marty said Nick will get his second win soon on first Persona 8-hour stream. I was like,
oh yeah. On Nick's very first Persona stream, which was a very long time ago, I believe I inadvertently made a comment about Nick getting a second win. That was long before a second wind existed as a thing.
In this situation,
It was prophecy.
There's also the second wind thing in. Didn't you guys have a Adventures 9 moment?
Oh yeah, someone did
someone
say
shared that.
second win.
Yeah. You guys were talking about the second wind ability, I believe, in like one of the earliest episodes of Adventures 9. I don't know if it was one of the earliest or if it was one of the in-person ones, but whatever. It was an old episode.
I don't remember exactly. I think it was in season 3, somewhere in there, but I could be wrong. Also, Lampy with 25 bits and says confused Kong.
That's one of the other ones. It's confused. We're gonna see by the end of the stream. We'll see. All of these things will make sense by the end of the stream, or I'll break everything and I'll never be allowed to stream again. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of that.
And then, did I read that? Yes, I did. Okay. I'm caught up on that.
Look at you.
You all right? Eric has a highlighted message saying, let's see if Jesse knows this meme. And then it's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh text, but I can't read it all at the moment. because it's a lot of text, and I have to pay attention to other chats.
Eric, you keep making up memes.
It's when I see pot of green, and you're drawing card, you're throwing dice. I'm gonna say I do get it, even though I haven't read it.
Let's get going.
I get all the good references. I'm just kidding.
Let's see.
I don't get. I miss so many things.
Just kittens.
Let's keep going.
Tommy Salty says Marty foretells the future and busts the Bargos.
I've never busted a Bargo. I would never bust Bargos. I take Bargo busting very seriously. Tune into my new podcast, Bargo Busters, where all we do is bust Bargos. But we have to like mask our faces and like muffle our voices.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's the good stuff. I think I feel like there's a concept there.
Yeah. But all the notifications from my stream keep going off, so it's like Austin Powers Drowsy and Watto. And so it's like very clear that it's my show. And it's like me blurred, but it's a broken closet in the background. It's like our normal backgrounds.
Yeah.
It's Yahtzee's blurred, but Toffee's on his lap, not blurred.
Yeah. Or it's like you have the blur like right here, but then you like. You know,
I get up to go to the
something and then
bathroom,
go-
and I just leave the blur.
Let's continue exploring.
I really like this idea of like
Really funny. As my posture
you're
gets
trying to
worse
be
throughout a
systematic.
stream, it's like I just leave the blur.
do the classic like someone says Marty and you're like, don't use our real name.
Oh shit, no.
A shadow.
Tyrell says Casey's Majora's
Yeah, it's
Mask in
just
the background. Yeah.
very, very normal.
The attack.
Nothing could possibly happen. These goddamn
Yeah,
lions.
Oh my gosh, you weren't just fight. Oh, but it has like a ball and chain. Oh, it's a balloon.
No, it's
funny.
it's like an evil ball and chain. I feel bad for the lion because it feels like he was like enslaved and I killed him. But gotta spend money.
No,
because
because it was a balloon. It wasn't enslaved. It just
he was just at the zoo. Which lions, you shouldn't be at the zoo because that's where they do bad things to lions.
It was at the people's zoo. So
Oh, the
it's
human
fine.
zoo. Isn't that just a city? Think about it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we did some
People-
dungeon stuff. We'll
people zoo.
show off some city stuff. We'll see what sort of
Okay.
trouble we can get into around the city.
So this is your later file, right? We're now in that.
Yeah, so we're now a little over a month later. We've completed the first 2 sets of the tower. Like the tower is kind of divided into blocks, and when you get high enough, you hit a wall that you can't get through until a certain point in the story. So
Okay.
you try to get to that wall, and then you spend time, hanging out with buds and making friends and having jobs. And then more of the tower opens up, and you go back in and do more tower.
Well, that's pretty cool. Also, Lampy with 300 bits and says we never got the Deebs Memorial Edge alert, Marty.
Yeah, it's because I couldn't find an undo. We were trying to do an edge, the formerly mentioned edge from Catherine, and Deebs found a nice sound clip of edge, but then we also wanted a sound clip of undo, which is another thing that I said in that game. It sounds, I realize out of context, my streams sound fucking insane.
Yeah,
Like, they sound like this is
bananas.
like a group therapy session, and then the twist at the end is like everyone's just in like a mental institution, and like, it's just like this is what this is. Yeah, it's great.
That sounds like a good place, though.
Sounds fine.
Snake in the Garden says insanely fun. So,
Look at that.
wow.
We definitely know the difference between Ireland and Scotland on that stream. Yeah, we do. I don't.
Because Scotland has Nessie.
Scotland does have
How
Nessie.
you know. Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Which is definitely a plesiosaur. I will not be taking any notes or comments.
Plesiosaur. What about a thank you saur?
That sounds like some Pokemon evolution bullshit.
A plesiosaur and a thank you saur.
That's like then like 2 generations later they have like the You're Welcomeosaur. That's like related. It's like
Sure.
a Pichu to the Pikachu.
Yeah.
Or the Plusle and Minus or Soul or whatever.
The
Where it's like,
Plusle
this
and
is-
Minalosaur.
Yeah, it's like this is clearly related to this other one, but like it's not really.
How come, I feel like a lot of anime has stuff on school roofs. I was never able to go on the roof of any of my schools. And yet I feel like several animes have children going on the roofs of their school. Is that like a thing?
Yeah, I do remember that. There's several. What show was I watching? God, what anime was that?
Like, Sunny Boy has roof stuff. Yeah.
I remember watching an anime where the rooftop was was like a very important part of it.
Yeah.
Of the school, but it was also for very unfortunate reasons that the roof was like a key part of it.
Oh, it was like someone jumped off the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that happens in Persona 5.
Yeah.
Was it Boogie Pop Phantom? I'm trying to think of the anime where, like... Yeah. Honestly, it's probably used in several anime.
What a name. Boogie Pop Phantom?
Yeah, it was like an old spooky anime from like the late 90s, early aughts. A little spook 'em up, if you will.
Oh, I like those spooks.
Yeah.
My partner just walked in and handed me like half a smoothie.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it, but I mean, like,
Can't say no to
I
a
love
good
smoothies. I can't. I freaking love smoothies.
What about Ruffies?
Also great. 10 out of 10 right there. Can't go wrong with either one. Sponsored by Smoothie King. Yeah, they're not paying me anything. This cost money. This is the opposite of sponsored by. I should cover up the thing until they be like, you don't know who this is from until they pay me, and then you'll know where this delicious.
It's blurred,
smoothie's
but then
from.
you move it and bring it to your mouth, and it's no longer blurred.
Yeah, clearly Smoothie King. Also, have you ever had a bad smoothie?
No, I feel like it's a tough thing to like. If you screwed up a smoothie, like you gotta sort it out.
Yeah. you gotta work hard to
Yeah.
mess up a smoothie. Eric says rotten milk. Yeah, I mean you literally can mess it up. It's
Sure,
just,
yeah.
Like I have never purchased a smoothie in which I was like, this is bad.
Yeah,
I've had better smoothies than some places, but like it's a smoothie. Like it's just like crushed up fruit with some sort of milk product.
Mhm.
And if they're feeling real saucy, they'll throw some like sherbet in there.
Feeling saucy, throwing some sherbet. A little pro tip I'll give people: if on days you go to Tartarus in this game, the day after, if you're in school, go to the nurse's office, and the nurse, he will offer you a weird liquid. Drink the liquid, and it will give you some courage points every time, and it doesn't waste any time. So it's just free courage points, and it's only on the day after you've explored Tartarus. So there you go. Courage points. Courage is one of the 3 statistics you have. Your stats. You have courage, you have academics, and you have charm. And you need certain amounts to be able to unlock certain things with characters. Like there's a shady looking dude, and you can't talk to him until you're level 3 courage. Or there's a girl you want to talk to, but you can't talk to her until you have level 4 charm. That kind of thing.
Petrus Chrysogenus?
You crushed it.
Yeah, I got it in one. Yes, this is available on Steam. It came out today.
Agreed. Yeah, it's on
It's
PC,
probably
it's
all-
on Xbox, and it's on PlayStation. Not on Switch.
Okay, then.
Maybe Switch 2.
Maybe. Whatever that.
Which may or
comes
may
out.
not exist. Just right around the corner. Just waiting for it.
I mean, but like 3 years ago when people were talking about Switch 2, and I was like, it's not happening. And then, of course, it didn't happen.
there.
Now the Switch is like 6-7 years old.
Yeah, it came out at the beginning of 2017, so it's just about 7 years old.
Yeah, so like now, yes, it would make sense to be like, hey, we're gonna announce a new console, the Switch 2, or
What if they already announced it? We just didn't know it.
like it happened like during the stream.
Oh no, I meant like years ago, and it was just like a secret. They just put up the trailer, and no one saw it. No one seen it yet. It was like a secret video. It was on like a different YouTube.
For how much people wouldn't shut up about it, I think that's literally impossible. Chobbly Wobbly says the switcheroo.
The switcheroo.
The switcheroo.
The old
The
switcheroo.
switcheroo, but I read it as switcheroo. I like the
old
switcheroo.
A quick answer. I like that.
The new switcheroo.
It isn't anything important. I just wanted to show you something, and I just
Ooh, SBS Guru 2000
to the rooftop.
gives €5 to say technically sausage and industrially produced chicken nuggets are smoothies until they are cooked. That's very true. You know what I love? Sausage and chicken nuggets.
Yeah, so
Also hot dogs.
So still
It's
great
just a smoothie.
smoothies. Yeah.
Shabby, huh?
Yeah, it's just a smoothie in an edible straw. You can just eat it all at once.
There you
You
go.
have impeccable taste.
That's it. That's why I love hot
My
dogs.
efforts didn't- Unfortunately, I can feel my back.
I
giving
legitimately
out
love it.
after
Like
all.
I'm a trashy person. Like I fully accept this.
I'm a trashy person.
But
I am a little garbage man.
there is,
Yeah.
in fact,
And
a
I
reason I brought you
love
here. I'd like you to
low-class
use these
foods.
planters however
Hot
you
dogs
see
are
fit.
amazing.
Although I did set them up. I'm afraid
You're
I
not
won't be able
supposed to be
take
like,
your
I will
gardens
pick a
off
hot
as I
dog over
like.
a steak
I didn't mention it to
and be a
Kirito
human
Kun.
being, but
It
like
didn't
that's how I
catch
feel.
on,
I love
suppose
hot
due
dogs.
to her
I also love
upbringing.
sausage. It's great.
Besides, you're able to cook meals at the dorm, correct? Well, now you can grow your own vegetables for healthy
And then
eating.
Lampy with 100 biddies and says, when does a sausage become a hot dog? And is it absolute or are there phases of hot dogs? There are phases of hot dogs because you have like bratwurst
Once you get started,
and
you'll
you
find
have
there's a lot that
like
can be done. Of course,
like things
your
like there's other
This
ones.
sounds as if you gotta save for Monday night. This sounds like a Monday night question. This sounds like something that'll get you a solid 45 minutes on Monday, though.
around the city.
Because I have a feeling
sorry.
Casey and Jess are gonna have strong opinions on this.
And now it's time to
Sausage has a
raise the
casing,
roof.
koi, so does hot dogs.
Yeah.
Start into
That
new
that's the
heights.
thing. Hot dogs have a
And
casing too.
to top it
Uh,
off, eat your veggies.
I feel like it's a very blurry line. Like they're all technically sausages, but then we just give them different designations. Like a burger is a sandwich, but like it's also a burger.
Sure.
So you're not wrong either way. So yeah, I feel like hot dogs, much like hot dogs themselves, are like very fluid and malleable, and you can, their definition can be moved around.
I love a nice fluid hot dog.
Well, that's why they have a casing, because if you didn't put them in that, they just
That's true.
go all over the place. Does it become a hot dog once it's in bread? Pet Pumpkin, it does not, because you can have hot dogs in your mac and cheese, which is amazing.
That's
and
true.
you just cut up hot dogs and put in there, and it's
Absolutely
still
have
hot
dogs
dog.
in your mac and cheese.
There's
I'm
no
looking
bun.
forward
You're not
to
putting
it.
that mac and cheese with hot dogs on a bun. You're just eating it
There you go.
straight to your face hole.
Are you accepting a request?
Denmark with $5 says, mock offended
A
tone,
shame.
Marty. I can't believe you're playing a Persona 3 game and you did not name the main character after
Very
me. Do I mean nothing to you?
This is the file I just created for the stream. Obviously, in my main file, the character is named Denmark, and then their last game is parentheses the human. Denmark the human. Yeah, like not the country. Yes. So don't worry. You are named in the file I keep closest to my heart.
That's really funny to me. I like these freeze frame people on the dance floor.
Yeah, it's like the people you can interact with move, but then everyone else is just kind of, they're like, yeah, this is too much work.
Oh.
We're just going to keep them there.
That's actually a pretty interesting way to do that.
Yeah, they're not frozen because of like mischievous deeds or anything. They're just doing this.
Cool.
This guy you can talk to, and you can buy a suspicious man. You can buy secret URLs from him, and then you can go back to
God.
the dorm and use your time to go to where the URLs send you, and they're not like porn or anything. And they'll sort of unlock little things. Like one is a forum about a message board about rumors of the city, and they're like, oh, this one vending machine says these 3 things are out of stock, but they're actually not. If you click the buttons, you can get them. And so then if you go to that vending machine, you could buy these like better items than you could before. Or like one says like, oh, we want to start a petition to have these like cool things sold at the school every day, and by going to the website you help the petition, and so now there's like a new item you can buy from the school every day. It's kind of neat.
That is really cool.
So if you ever go to a club and there's a suspicious man selling URLs, I suggest you buy them.
That makes sense. It's a little crypto-y. Like he's selling you a thing, but you're not actually getting a thing. You're just getting access to.
Yeah, you're just getting a bunch of random letters that you then. But yeah,
that makes sense. And SVS Guru 2000 with $5 and says it's only a hot dog once it is in a hot dog bun, similar to a bayonet. I disagree.
No, again, hot dogs, yeah, cut up in. I don't even have enough money for a fucking hamburger.
Okay, I disagree in 2 ways. One was the comment I made earlier on someone else's comment, and that you can chopped up hot dogs in mac and cheese, and they are still hot dogs. But 2, the hot dog bun doesn't turn things into a hot dog. If I buy a hot dog bun and put lunch meat into it to make a sandwich because I just want a little hoagie, it doesn't become a hot dog.
This is true.
Lampy with 100 biddies says, so if it's 50% in a hot dog bun, is half of it a hot dog and half of it a sausage?
Lampy, save it for Monday.
I feel like sausages are more seasoned. It's like sausages are supposed to like kind of explode with flavor.
Sure.
Hot dogs a little bit milder. They're supposed to have toppings on them. You're supposed to have chili. You're supposed to have sauerkraut. You're supposed to have coleslaw. You're supposed to have mustard.
Sure.
You know, like you gotta put stuff on. Relish, ketchup. Like, where a sausage, probably just eat the sausage. It's gonna be very flavorful.
I tried to eat as many burgers as I could, and I failed. I failed.
Oh no. How many did you eat?
It's like you need to answer 3 different questions correctly. It's like, do I stare intently at the burgers? Do I only look at the one in front of me, or do I avert my gaze completely? And there's only like one correct answer there. And then the next one would be like, do I gulp water right now? Do I take small sips, or do I just do it dry? And then there's like, if you do the tree correctly, you can win the burger challenge.
Oh,
Just like
interesting. That's true. If you gotta do the tree correctly in the burger challenge. Also, with $5, it says not to get too BG3, but Lampy is basically the dark urge.
Oh no!
From Baldur's Gate 3, is that the tadpole in your head trying to tell you?
Yeah, that's like giving you like
like
advice to be like, just fucking kill everyone. Don't worry about it.
Just do it. Just go for it.
Yeah.
And Snake in the Garden with €2. It says, Marty, how are you not defeating Kanapki? Kanapki? Kanapki right now? Who's Kanapki?
Kanapki's it's not a person, it's Polish. Kanapki, is that just sausage not on a bun? Is that what Kanapki is?
Oh, well, let me look it up. I'll find out.
I don't actually know Kanapki.
I guess that's why you're not defending it, because you don't know what it is.
Yeah. Snake and I usually bond over Polish food, and I feel like I've ruined that one.
It's literally just a sandwich, from what the image search is telling me.
Oh. But is it with sausage?
I don't know.
Sweet.
It's an open sandwich. I don't like open sandwiches. I feel like there's a lot of pressure with open sandwiches.
Today our work is done.
How do you keep it together?
An open sandwich?
Like that seems like it seems like it's a flaw in the design of the sandwich.
It's a flaw in the design.
Show me the ropes.
Yeah, like you need both layers.
Sure.
To hold it together.
Yeah.
Oh, you are my hero. Katasha Kanai. D'accord. Let's be off then.
This is one of the
No,
other pals
I
you
don't
can meet at
understand.
school.
We
It's
go
a French
together,
foreign
my
exchange
Tomodachi.
student. You make various textiles with him. It's very nice.
Ooh, cool. Snake in the Garden says Poland is going to come for me.
Yeah, Poland's coming for you.
So
My gosh.
I love the
Urban M and
culture
Tommy
of
Salty,
you.
the Polish contingency,
Japan
are coming
is
for you.
sugoi. Amazing.
Nick Warden says a pizza with a cauliflower crust is certainly a salad.
Guys,
Sign me up for that salad. I love cauliflower
So do I.
pizza.
Yeah.
Japanese
I like
They're
regular
so
crust,
good.
but I do like
Ichiban.
cauliflower crust.
Yeah, like they're both good. I was amazed at how good a cauliflower crust was.
Thank you for joining me today. I won't forget your kindness. I have an aunt who lives back home. She has been helping me. I have to tell her that I've made a wonderful new Tomodachi.
Okay, so it's just a Polish word for sandwich. But it has to be open back because a bunch of the image search I'm coming up with definitely has a top on that sandwich. Some of them don't.
Drop top sandwich.
It's a time, but I wanted to ask you more about Nihon.
What if it's convertible? Like you
can
could
take
have a
Japanese
top half,
adventure
or
That's
maybe
true.
not.
It's a time.
So you're bringing the tough questions.
That's what I do. I've been training for it every Monday for like 6 years now. To answer these tough questions.
Also, I finally moved my monitor because we're getting close to the end of the stream, and I forgot that the little dog was in the corner of the stream the whole time. I was like, hello, Koromaru. It's good to see you.
I see you're back.
Saturn wants to know in short, is the remake good?
I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So yes, I think it is a good remake. It gets the Marty thumb up.
Nice. Heck yeah. Because you've beaten the original one, right?
Yeah, I've beaten the original one 3 times. I beat Persona 3 Portable. I did both routes with the male and female main characters, and then during COVID I bought a used PS2 or PS3 online, so I could download the PS2 version of Persona 3 FES like that. So yes, this is my 4th time playing Persona 3.
Lampy gives 10 biddies to say with no spaces, it didn't it. It did, didn't it?
God damn it, Lampy. That is the Duel of the Fates.
Hey, listen! No way.
That's funny. John Blee says, but does it have the Jesse stamp of approval? I haven't played it, so, and it's not paying me to say it's good, so I have no opinion. It looks great. Like I think it looks super cool.
Yeah, it's really good. If anyone is a fan of previous Persona games, or if you watched this, this seems like the kind of thing I can get into. Give it a try, especially if you have Game Pass. It's just on Game Pass. It is one thing that sucks is it is a $70 game, so it is that sort of premium pricing that a lot of games are doing nowadays, and it's just kind of becoming the norm, which sucks. But is what it is.
But also, this is like a 70-hour game.
Yeah. So if you're doing time to funds,
which I feel like is not a good unit measurement, but also
no.
kinda
But if
like,
I guess
okay,
if
but
you're
at
short,
that
if you're
point-
short on then I get it.
Thanks for all your hard work today.
if you're short
Jesse,
on funds, but
Well, that's
if you're short on funds and want lots of
don't-
funds,
uh,
I think we did something there. I don't know what it was. But we did
Yeah,
something
that
there.
was-
Jesse, as we head off into the sunset,
students think the school
what do you
uniform
got
should be
going on? Where
abolished
should
and
folks
their
check you
gatherings
out? What should
organized.
folks tune into?
well, they should definitely tune into Hot Monday Energy. Mondays at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Here on Second Wind, because Casey, Jess, and I, we play games that you may not have heard of. Maybe they're hidden gems, maybe they're not.
Yeah, there's no way to know.
That's what we find out. And then I've got some videos that I helped produce that'll be coming out. over on Second Wind. So looking forward for you all seeing those.
Yeah.
Adventure is Nigh. You should absolutely check that out over on Second Wind.
Yeah.
And then if you want to see the silly stuff that I'm doing just on my own, Rexicon Jesse on YouTube and Twitch, Twitter, and Blue Sky, and all that.
Yeah, the last old episode of Adventures Nigh airs tomorrow, which means just over a week away from the final 3. They're gonna be a doozy. I've been hearing some stuff from Jack, and let me tell you, doozy central.
Oh yeah, nonstop doozies.
Yeah, pure doozies.
Yeah, so yeah, if you didn't know, we're re-airing the first 9 episodes, I think it is, of Adventures Nigh Season 3, with the last of that first batch coming out tomorrow, as you just said, and then the next 3 will all be brand new, never-before-seen episodes to finish out Season 3.
Ooh, doggy.
So excited.
Yeah, that is wonderful. And what else do we have going on? Stream-wise, tomorrow we'll be kicking things off with Better with Friends in the morning, 8 a.m. Central. We'll have game night tomorrow night at 4 p.m.
Oh, yeah, game night.
Phantom Abyss.
Yes, I'm so excited. We actually played that
in early access, right?
Earlier
For
Hot
Hidden
Monday energy. Yeah. And I stamped it a hidden gem, so I'm very much looking forward to playing it.
Hell yeah. It got the Jesse official Hidden Jam seal of approval. And then Sunday, for newly released, Frost and Amy will be playing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Tune in for that. And then, check out everyone's, like you said, Jesse's channel. And then you can follow me on my Twitch channel. I'll be streaming later this evening. I'll be playing through that Silent Hill short message, seeing what's going on there, seeing what sort of nonsense is over there. But thank you so much, everyone in YouTube, everyone in Twitch. Thanks for hanging out and making a real fun little launch day stream. So it means the world to us. So for Jesse, this was Marty. Thank you for joining us at Second Wind. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your days, and we will see you all soon.
Hey.
Bye, everyone.